Welcome to the fantasy audiobook. Villain. The heroine breaks off the engagement. I'll grab the bride directly. Chapter 61. Yunli has a hint of systematic mind reading in disguise. He really knows Fan Yuding's psychological activities very well. Mr. Fan, you actually bully the weak. I used to feel like I was powerless. There is no psychological baggage attached to a forced kiss. Seeing with his own eyes that he killed the 5th grade flying ferocious beast, the fire-tongued duck, he knew that he had awakened his dual spiritual roots and had the strength of a 5th grade warrior. Immediately became timid, but that's fine too. He also contributed nearly 1,000 luck points to himself. Let Fan Yuding continue to struggle. But when Fan Yuding can no longer hold it in anymore and musters up the courage to kiss her, what should she do? Yunli didn't wait to think about it. First, I felt the ground shaking. Then, there was a violent explosion 10 kilometers ahead. A blood-red light illuminated the sky. Yunli was secretly shocked. No, it wasn't a chemical explosion in the underground base. It was a duel between 7th grade warriors, and the collision of elemental forces produced a violent impact. It is precisely because the destructive power of top warriors is too great. It's not just Daxia and Fuso. All major powers in the world have reached a tacit consensus. No matter what irresolvable hatred there is. Blue Star Peace. The Yanwang continent shows off. The Mito family's secret base uses a supply depot as a cover. The elite of the Fuso military will arrive in a short time. This attack was only aimed at the Mito family. Everyone knew who was attacking, but if the Fuso military elites were also attacked, it would be tantamount to the Yun family unilaterally challenging Fuso. Even though the Yun family is the leading aristocratic family in Daxia, no one family has the final say when it comes to Daxia and Fuzang. It involves the interests of many forces at many levels. Never act recklessly. Therefore, we must intercept and kill the fleeing biochemical warriors as much as possible before the elite Fuso military forces arrive. Hush! Yunli whistled and ran towards the biochemical base first. The 4 guards acted simultaneously. Yu Jingcheng and others knew the importance very well. Intercepting and killing the fleeing warriors was secondary, and the main priority was to protect the safety of their young master. Seeing Yunli's bravery, Fan Yuding no longer hesitated, took off the bow and arrows on her back, and followed after him using the flying technique. In order to ensure Yunli's absolute safety, Fan Yuding was very focused and soon realized that the distance ahead was about 8 kilometers away, and the 9 o'clock position was very dangerous. Yunli, don't go to the 9 o'clock position on the left front. I'm afraid there may be high-level beast warriors escaping there. Fan Yuding warned. Yunli was happy. The love brain plays a huge role. Predicting danger in advance is also a guiding light, indirectly knowing which of the fleeing warriors is the strongest. However, Yunli was not in a hurry to go over and listen to the voice arguing. There were 3 fleeing little Japanese right in front of him. They were definitely frightened by the previous joint attack by Zhang Wuya and Zhou Tianhang. Leave the empty highway alone. He had to crawl into the dense forest. Mr. Fan, stop the 2 of them first. Don't let them run away. I'll take care of the one at the front. Yunli said loudly and unscrupulously. Fan Yuding was looking down from a high position and had already seen 3 black figures, one of whom was extremely fast and probably had the cultivation level of a 5th grade warrior. He bent his bow and nocked an arrow, intending to snipe this man first. But Yunli was also extremely fast. Almost head-on. It was obvious that Yunli's goal was the strongest among the 3. Although Yunli killed the 5th-level flying ferocious beast, the fire-tongued duck, Fan Yuding still did not dare to be careless. Using the power of the golden element, the arrows emitted a faint golden glow. As long as Yunli falls behind. Snipe now. But a scene that shocked Fan Yuding appeared. What kind of weird style of play is this from Yunli? Confront head-on. The fleeing Fuso warrior wielded his samurai sword and struck with a sword. Yunli narrowly avoided it and grabbed the opponent's arm regardless of reaching out. The Fuso warrior was caught holding a knife with his right hand. He instinctively punched with his left hand, but was caught by Yunli with his other hand. Then, it's like a street gang fight. Pushing each other. However, the Fuso warrior's katana fell, proving that Yunli was very strong and clearly had the upper hand. As long as there is no extremely lethal katana. Even if Yunli was punched and kicked a few times, it wouldn't be a big deal. Fan Yuding remembered Yun Lai's previous instructions and intercepted the other two Fuzang 4th level warriors instead. Swish, swish, swish. 3 consecutive arrows blocked their escape route in advance. The two Fuso 4th grade warriors, from the arrows glowing with golden light they shot, knew they were warriors who had awakened their golden spiritual roots. The arrows' power and speed were extremely fast. If the other party hadn't been merciful, he would have been shot through by an arrow. This is an unmatched 5th grade warrior. Just hide in place. I hope the elite military personnel in the Yangwang Continent Warning Zone in Togami County can provide timely rescue. Fan Yuding successfully intercepted the two Fuzang warriors, and then looked at Yun Lai, almost suspecting that she was dazzled. Yun Lai actually grabbed his opponent's neck and pressed his opponent's face hard against the trunk of a big tree. It was really like a street gang fight, with no trace of the rules of a warrior's fight. Ding! Tian Yuanliang was shocked to find that the spiritual energy in his body was sucked away by you. You are a demon from Daxia. Luck value +10. Yunli heard the system prompt. An idea flashed in my mind. That's why he pressed Denzo no Ryozo against the tree trunk. I'm Yun Lai, what's your name? Yun Lai whispered in a low voice. When Tianyuan Liangzo saw the young man rushing towards him earlier, he felt that he looked familiar. When Yun Lai said this, the devil turned out to be the young master of the Daxia Yun family. Asked what the name was. Probably trying to catch him alive, right? As long as you can survive. Of course you have to tell. I am Denzin Ryozo. Denzin Ryozo grinned and said his name with great difficulty. Yunli whispered very excitedly and expectantly. Tian Yuan Liangzo, now we know each other, please take care of me when we meet for the first time. Denzo no Ryozo was stunned. I didn't even have time to think more about what Yunli meant. I was shocked to find that the spiritual energy in my body was flowing faster. Ding! The negative emotion from Tian Yuan Ryozo, Baga, the luck value is +999. The system prompts. Yunli was overjoyed. While absorbing the spiritual energy from Denzo no Ryozo's body, Denzo no Ryozo contributed his luck points in great anger. This is really a double torture to the little devil's spirit and body. The income you get is also doubled. Luck value +777. Luck value +626. Luck value +518. When Tian Yuan Ryozo accumulated the pure elemental power through hard training, it turned into spiritual energy and was sucked away, and his spirit fell into a trance. Yunli saw that Tianyuan Liangson had no more money to squeeze. He snorted coldly. The hand that grabbed Tian Yuanliang's neck suddenly tightened. Send Ryozo Denzono, a close friend of Fuso whom I just met, back to the west. Ryozo-kun, I'm so sorry. The secret of practicing the supreme evil skill, Demon Flame Burns the Sky, must not be revealed. Fan Yuding, who was in charge of security, couldn't help but have mixed feelings when she saw that Yun Lai broke the killing ban. Yun Lai, who was weak and frail, completely transformed. There is a vague sense of the decisive killing style of the head of the Yun family. Why? The more powerful Yun Lai became, the less he dared to kiss him forcefully. Before the worried Fan Yuding could think about it, Yun Lai rushed towards another Fuzang warrior who was hiding in place. There is still no fighting strategy at all. Like a street gang fight. However, Yun Lai's power was so quick that he completely crushed the 4th grade Fuso warrior, and soon pinned his opponent against the tree trunk. I'm Yunli, what's your name? I am Meino Genji. Meino Genji, now we are acquainted. Please take care of me when we meet for the first time. Fan Yuding's mind was focused on Yun Lai. This time the distance was not too far and she heard Yun Lai's low whisper. I couldn't help but wonder. A fight to the death. Why ask someone's name? Soon, Yun Lai smiled at Meino Genji's double spiritual and physical contributions. After sending his Fuso friend to the west, he immediately went to find the last one. I'm Yunli, what's your name? I am Yasuo Inoue. Yasuo Inoue, we have gotten to know each other now. Please take good care of me when we meet for the first time. Fan Yuding was confused by Yun Lai's unusual behavior. I guess Yunli did this because he was preparing to go back to perform rituals, right? Save the souls who died in his hands. To alleviate guilt. Yunli's heart is really very kind. Hush, hush. A rapid whistle came from the other side of the highway. Fan Yuding frowned. This is an early warning issued by the 4 guards. Fuso's military elite are coming soon. Master Yun, leave quickly. Fan Yuding flew to Yun Lai's side very quickly. Yun Lai grabbed Fan Yuding with his backhand and asked, Mr. Fan, where did the little Japanese warrior who fled at 9 o'clock on the left front go now? Fan Yuding understood that Yun Lai wanted to intercept. But Fuso's military elite have arrived. In case of encounter, I'm afraid it will be very troublesome. Yu Ting, tell me quickly. Yun Li urged. The sound of Yu Ting made Fan Yuding elated. She quickly concentrated on the investigation and quickly located the location of the danger source. It should be a high-level beast-turned-warrior who slipped through the net. He must be worried that his secret will be exposed. Already far off the highway, they simply didn't dare to join up with the elite Fuso military. In this case, if he adds the 4 major guards and Yun Lai's assistants, if everyone goes together, 6-on-1 can definitely kill him. Moreover, keeping a beast-turned-warrior would definitely be a disaster. Come with me quickly. Fan Yuding held Yun Lai's hand, and her originally timid heart seemed to have a lot of courage injected into it. Just call it more affectionately. The love brain contributes 666 luck points. Yun Lai sighed secretly. Fan Yuding, who seems cold, is actually very innocent. Give it some sunshine and it will be brilliant. Just give it some moonlight and it will be romantic. Such a good lady. How about letting her have her way when she goes back? The 4 guards headed by Yu Jingcheng also intercepted and killed 5 warriors who escaped from the secret base. One of them is a 4th-level warrior who can transform into a beast. It can be concluded that the Mito family has initially achieved success by extracting the beast genes and injecting them into warriors. After transforming into a beast, the 4th-grade warrior actually possesses the strength of a 5th-grade warrior. Once mass production is possible, a beast-turned army composed of 3rd-level warriors, it definitely poses a serious threat to Daxia. Even a 6th-grade warrior can transform into a beast. Fuzang, who has been suppressed for nearly 100 years, may surpass Daxia in one fell swoop. Fortunately, Zhang Wuya and Zhou Tianhang destroyed the secret base. Even if the core data of the experiment has been transmitted back to Fuso, it will be an extremely heavy blow to the Mito family, and it will be difficult to recover in the short term. But, now that the Mito family's experiment has achieved initial success, the Mito family must be forced to hand over complete experimental data and related technologies. Daxia has always been known for its benevolence, justice and trustworthiness. May face the danger of broken mountains and rivers. The warriors of Daxia will definitely choose to transform into beasts to defend their homeland without hesitation. Therefore this technology must be mastered. Now they are protecting the young master's safe return, and Zhang Wuya and Zhou Tianhang are collecting conclusive evidence, and successfully bringing the captured beast-turned-warrior back to Daxia. This is the top priority. In addition, the elite members of the Fuso military have arrived. No longer chasing the fleeing Mito family warriors. Cross the highway and approach the little master. To the relief of Yu Jingcheng and others, Yun Lai and Fan Yuding should have known that they had to return to Daxia quickly, and instead of fighting, they rushed to the buffer zone. About 5 minutes passed. The 4 guards who fought hard for their lives finally caught up with Yun Lai. Fan Yuding, who relied on her sense of danger to track the high-level beast warriors of the Mito family, saw Yu Jingcheng and others arriving, and no longer tried to speed up. The group of people walked quietly through the dense forest. Yun Li sucked the 3 little devils dry. A 5th-grade warrior. 2 4th-grade warriors. He has never fought against a warrior who transformed into a beast. The 4 big losers all arrived, and Fan Yuding also obviously speeded up, but she still didn't see the high-level beast warrior who fled. This shows that the person perceived by Fan Yuding's danger prediction should be a 5th-level warrior who transformed into a beast, and probably has the strength of a 6th-level warrior. Could have easily surpassed Fan Yuding. But it is impossible to sense the position of the beast-turned warrior. All we can do is wait patiently. Anyway, judging from the direction of escape, this beast-turned warrior was not going back to Fuso, but to the buffer zone. About half an hour passed. Buffer has been entered. Fan Yuding, who was following, slowed down and stopped after a while. What's wrong? Yun Lai stepped forward and asked. Fan Yuding frowned. This beast-turned warrior is at the 8 o'clock position ahead, about 1 kilometer away. It seems to be jumping up a big tree. It's very possible that he's noticed that he's being followed and lured us here deliberately. He had no choice but to run for his life when facing Zhang Wuya and Zhou Tianheng. I am confident that I can deal with 5th grade warriors. If you don't go back to Fuso, you'll run into this dangerous buffer zone with the intention of killing us. Yun Lai was happy. The little devil is very arrogant. Just don't run. Follow me. Fan Yuding's eyes blurred, and Yun Lai flew out like an arrow from a string. Yun Lai. Fan Yuding didn't expect Yun Lai to be so bold, and hurriedly chased after him with all her strength. Yu Jingcheng and the other 4 guards each took out their weapons and armor. They were no longer surprised by the young master's bold behavior. Yunli ran hundreds of meters. Finally sensed the existence of the beast-turned warrior. This feeling is amazing. It's like an experienced hunter who notices a hungry wolf lurking ahead. Dang, Yun Lai took out the scimitar from his backpack with his backhand. Facing a 5th-level beast-turned warrior, the previous street gangster style of fighting was not feasible. The only option was to fight with real swords and guns, completely defeating the opponent, and then wait for an opportunity to absorb the spiritual energy. Yun Lai slowed down, knowing that this was not a sparring match, but a life-and-death fight, and he did not dare to make any excuses. Ding! Mito Masao is very surprised. You must have read it right. With Yu Jingcheng as a guard, you must be Yunli. Why does it seem that you have awakened your spiritual roots? Luck value +10. Suddenly hearing a prompt from the system, Yun Lai immediately understood that the arrogant beast-turned-warrior was named Masao Mito, hiding in a big tree 100 meters away. Mito Masao was looking down from a high place. This area was a depression with sparse trees. Of course he could see himself. Mito Masao probably didn't expect that 5 5th-level warriors would come after him alone, hiding motionless behind the thick tree trunks. Probably thinking about how to disperse the search. Then take the opportunity to snipe them one by one. Come down, if there are too many of us, we will bully the few. I will challenge you to a duel. Yun Lai shouted towards the big tree where Mito Masao was hiding. Fan Yuding almost fainted. Is this still the cowardly Yun Lai I know? To be so courageous. But even if Yun Lai awakens the spiritual roots of water and fire, and advances to the level of a 5th-level warrior, if he challenges a 6th-level warrior in a duel, even if he is a 6th-level warrior who awakens a single spiritual root, his chances of winning are very slim. But Yunli is the future head of the family, and he must not dissuade him in front of Yu Jingcheng and others, as that will destroy his prestige. Once Yun Lai is at a disadvantage, just rush over to help. Yu Jingcheng and others have similar ideas to Fan Yuding. At this time, you must not persuade someone foolishly. It will make the little master lose face. The Fuso warrior has turned into a beast, and there are no rules for dealing with beasts. Let's go together, 6-on-1, I don't believe you can't kill him. Waited for a while. A hoarse voice came from the tree ahead. You. Daughter, you really Yunli? Yunli secretly rejoiced. I was originally thinking about how to find out the name of the beast-turned-warrior with Fan Yuding and the 4 bad guys here. Mito Masao actually asked the question first. That just happens to be acquaintance. Yes, I am Yun Lai of the Daxia Yun family. Who are you? HMPH. Fuso Mito's Mito Masao. Mito Masao jumped down from the tree excitedly. He never expected that Yun Lai would be among the group of people chasing after him. Yunli, that is the future head of the Yun family. When he saw Zhou Tianheng and another 7th-level warrior suddenly breaking into the base. Then they knew that the 2 of them were under the instigation of the Yun family. The base was destroyed. Dozens of Mito warriors were massacred. I really hate the Yun family to the core. Just kill Yun Lai, the future head of the Yun family. It was worth it even if the base was destroyed. Ding, Mito Masao is ecstatic and wants to kill you. Even if Yu Xiao ends up being loyal to the Mito family, his luck value will be +999. Yun Lai heard the prompt from the system and thought it would be better to shout out before the duel, I am Daxia Yun Lai. Can I leave my name when I come? Got to know each other. That's double the joy. Although it was 100 meters away and it was darkness before dawn, Yun Lai could still see clearly. Mito Masao is wearing a black samurai uniform. He has completely transformed into a beast. Except for his head, he still retains human features. Thick hair sprouts from his torso and limbs. He looks like a wolf with a human head walking upright. Faced with the pursuit of Fan Yuding and the 4 gangsters, he did not panic and instead tried to lure the buffer zone to trap and kill them one by one. He indeed has the strength of a 6th grade warrior. Yunli, let's challenge each other. Mito Masao waved his right arm, and his right claw flew out a round of crescent moon cyclonic slash with a faint golden light, and quickly slashed at Yunli. Yu Jingcheng felt the violent elemental power contained in the crescent moon cyclone slash, and the protector was eager to do so, so he dodged and rushed forward. The remaining 3 guards formed a human wall behind Yu Jingcheng. Even Fan Yuding took the lead and blocked Yunli behind her. Really in danger. The habitual thinking developed over the years still subconsciously believed that Yunli was weak and needed special protection. Clang. After a loud bang, Fan Yuding, Cao Ming, Zhang Rong, and Ding Weijing all changed their expressions. Yu Jingcheng, the strongest among them all, used his energy to transform his giant shield like paper, and was torn apart by the crescent moon cyclone slash. Fortunately, Yu Jingcheng was very experienced in combat and could change his moves quickly. He blocked with a tactical arm shield infused with the power of the fire element, and was able to block the crescent cyclone slash. But Yu Jingcheng was still slashed by the domineering crescent moon cyclone, knocking him back more than 5 meters, leaving 2 deep scratches on the forest floor with his feet. The 5th level beast-turned warrior is indeed very powerful. Masao Mito easily defeated Yu Jingcheng, a 5th level warrior from the Yun family, with a crescent moon cyclonic slash, and he couldn't help but feel a little complacent. But very quickly, shocked discovery, Yunli is missing. It was precisely because Yu Jingcheng rushed up to stop him. There were other guards forming a human wall. Block your view. I don't even know when Yunli slipped away. Yunli. I heard Mito Masao shouting in confusion. The 4 great guards. Fan Yuding. While on high alert, he glanced back slightly. It's better not to watch. Everyone was shocked when they saw it. There were no ghosts behind. Dizzy. Where has Yunli gone? Mito Masao put away his contempt for Yunli. Even if the view is blocked. It only took a few seconds. But Yunli disappeared unexpectedly. Even if it means running away. It's impossible to run that fast. The remaining breath when moving is like a line, which cannot hide the super-sensitive sense of smell after transforming into a beast. It really seemed to disappear out of thin air. This evil young master of the Yun family must have learned some kind of 5 elements escape technique. The 4 guards and Fan Yuding were not angry or resentful at Yunli's sudden disappearance, but were relieved. If Yunli saw that the beast-turned warrior was ferocious and terrifying, and also had extraordinary strength, he would feel fear and run away instinctively. That's like taking off a heavy burden. Even if Masao Mito doesn't care, he will drag Yunli to be buried with him even if he fights to the death. It is really difficult to stop him with his strength as a 6th grade warrior after transforming into a beast. When Yu Jingcheng was repelled by Mito Masao's crescent moon cyclone slash, he knew that there was a huge gap in strength between the 2 sides. In order to ensure Yunli's absolute safety, they were all ready to release an emergency signal flare and summon Zhang Wuya and Zhou Tianheng to come to the rescue. And Yunli suddenly disappeared. It can be inferred from the little master's behavior after awakening his spiritual roots. There's no way it's an escape. It must be hiding. Launch a surprise attack on Mito Masao at the critical moment. Since there are no worries. Without even fighting, call for support immediately. 5 Daxia 5th grade warriors can't even deal with 1 Fuzang 5th grade beast-turned warrior. That's too incompetent. Form up, Yu Jingcheng ordered loudly. In Daxia, as long as the spiritual roots are awakened, both men and women are reserve members of the army and receive at least 3 months of militarized training. Even if 5th level warriors do not join the army, no matter what profession they are engaged in, they will set aside a period of time every year for special training. Therefore, he is familiar with various offensive and defensive formations. Cao Ming is an archer. Fan Yuding is a female, and due to the innate limitations of her body functions, she is also an archer. The 2 of them retreated sharply, one left and the other right, and simultaneously used the flying technique to rise into the air, ready to snipe Mito Masao. Yu Jingcheng, Ding Weijing and Zhang Rong are in the shape of pin. With Yu Jingcheng as the main attack, Ding Weijing as the defender, and Zhang Rong as the guerrilla, they vowed to fight to the death with Mito Masao, the 5th level beast-turned warrior. Mito Masahiro knew that the opponent had experts who were extremely good at tracking and it would be difficult to escape them. He would deal with them first and then use his super keen sense of smell to find Yunli. Try to kill Yunli before Zhou Tianhang and the 7th grade warrior come. Ah! Mito Masao roared in a low voice, and a faint golden light appeared around him. After transforming into a beast, Mito Masao not only resembled a wolf in body shape, but also inherited the habits of a wolf. He first crawled on the ground, then used his hind legs to push hard on the ground, like a golden arrow, and rushed towards Yu Jingcheng. Just as Mito Masao jumped up, whizzing, Fan Yuding and Cao Ming sniped at the same time. But all the arrows he fired were in vain. The speed of the 5th level beast-turned warrior is too fast. Yu Jingcheng's pupils dilated, and his entire left arm seemed to be on fire. He desperately poured the power of the fire element into the arm shield, preparing to meet Mito Masao's impact. Ding Weijang held a shield with both hands and injected it with the power of the water element. The shield shone with cold light. If Yu Jingcheng couldn't stop him, he immediately stepped forward to fill his position. Zhang Rong holds a flaming spear in his right hand. As long as Yu Jingcheng and Ding Weijang hinder Mito Masao's momentum, he will immediately look for an opportunity to attack. Boom! Yu Jingcheng was slapped straight into the dense forest behind him from between Ding Weijang and Zhang Rong by Masao Mito. Ding Weijang was shocked. The strength of the 5th grade beast-turned warrior is even stronger than expected. Mito Masao flew to Jingcheng and was about to catch Zhang Rong, who was holding a flaming spear. Sudden, a pair of hind limbs hurt. It seemed like he was caught by something. Mito Masao didn't wait to look back. 2 huge forces came from below. Half the torso was pulled into the soft depression. Mito Masao turned around instinctively, waved his right paw, and launched a crescent moon cyclone slash. However, when the crescent moon cyclone slash glowing with golden light touched the ground, the originally soft depression hardened instantly. Bang! Splashes of mud mixed with dead branches and leaves. The originally extremely domineering crescent moon cyclone slash only sank less than half a meter into the ground. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. A dense sound of breaking through the air sounded. Fan Yuding saw Mito Masao's pair of hind limbs being pulled into the soil and almost lost the ability to move. Without thinking, she shot arrows at the beast-shaped wolf with the human head. Cao Ming also seized the opportunity. Shoot arrows blessed by the power of the wood element at the fastest speed. Of course Zhang Rong and Ding Weijang will not miss the opportunity. Mao was cut with a bayonet. Mito Masao instinctively used his energy to build a defensive shield. After a burst of clanging sound, he was horrified to find that the spiritual energy in his body was rapidly draining away from the caught hind limb, as if there were 2 holes in the sole of his foot. On the ground were Yunli's guards who continued to attack. There is another pair of demon-like hands underground that continue to absorb spiritual energy. This made Mito Masao deeply feel that he was shrouded in the shadow of death. He struggled desperately to break out of the quagmire, but it seemed like he was trapped in quicksand, sinking deeper and deeper as he struggled. Click! The defensive shield built by Qi Jin cracked. Fan Yuding and others who attacked crazily were overjoyed. The pure elemental power is outputted desperately. Just break Mito Masao's defensive shield. He is dead. Yu Jingcheng, who was sent flying, recovered his strength and ran over to assist. It doesn't mean that the fireball shot by Jingcheng hit Masao Mito's defensive shield. There seemed to be an extremely powerful beast under the ground, violently dragging Mito Masao into the soft depression. The attack target is just gone. The 4 great guards. Fan Yuding. Everyone was shocked and confused. We have entered the buffer zone where ferocious beasts often appear. Was it a high-level ferocious beast that dragged Mito Masao into the depression? Don't wait for anyone to think about it. There was no time to step forward and check. Boom! A muffled sound came from the depression. Immediately afterwards, the ground shook. A black shadow broke through the ground and flew out. Yunli. Fan Yuding was so shocked that her face turned pale again. I saw Yunli hugging Mito Masao's wolf-shaped torso from behind, his right arm around Mito Masao's neck, and his left hand covering his mouth. Another very strange fighting form. Saw this scene. Everyone suddenly understood that Yunli did not run away at all, but sneaked into the soft depression without anyone noticing. Waiting for Masao Mito to fly in Jingcheng. Yunli immediately grabbed a pair of Mito Masao's hind limbs and finally dragged him into the depression. Boom! Yunli grabbed Mito Masao and fell to the ground. A roll pushed the beast turned Masao Mito underneath him. Fan Yuding and others saw that Yunli had the upper hand, but were afraid that Masao Mito would fight to the death and suppress Yunli. Neither dared to launch an attack rashly. Ding! Masao Mito is extremely frightened. What kind of evil technique have you learned? Even pure elemental power can be converted into spiritual energy, which is quickly sucked away by you. Luck value plus 999. Yunli heard the system prompt. Can't help but feel a little proud. What about 5th level beast turned warriors? Just give you a crossbar. If you can't break away, you will die. Ding! Masao Mito had a premonition that death was inevitable. He was convinced and wanted to beg for mercy. Can you let go? The luck value is plus 751. After absorbing the spiritual energy of the 3 little devils, Yunli gained experience. Once the luck value contributed decreased, it meant the exhaustion of the spiritual energy. But Mito Masao is worthy of being a 5th level beast turned warrior. Even if you absorb his spiritual energy and water the tree of spiritual roots at the same time, you can still sustain it for so long. Ding! Zhou Tianhang is extremely surprised. Where did my brother-in-law learn the art of escaping from the earth? He is also very good in close combat. His luck value is plus 412. Yunli frowned. I was not surprised at all when the big licking dog Zhou Tianhang came. My sister Yun Yan must have told me in advance to ensure her safety. Completely destroy the secret biochemical base and rush over immediately. No, maybe Zhou Tianhang, the big licking dog, has been following him for a long time. Fortunately, through the system's disguised mind-reading ability, it can be seen that this martial arts expert did not realize that he could absorb other people's spiritual energy. Even if he finds out, then threaten him with his sister union. If he dares to reveal even a word, he will introduce a partner to his sister union every now and then. About 3 minutes passed. The luck value contributed by Mito Masao is less than 100. Yunli also clearly felt that Mito Masao was very weak and there was not much to squeeze out, so it was time to perform. Ah! Yunli stood up suddenly, knelt on one knee, with a very painful expression on his face, pretending to use his last bit of strength to launch the final attack on Mito Masao. There was a crisp sound of click. Mito Masao's thick neck was broken. It is confirmed that Mito Masao will be killed. Yunli slowly let go and fell to the side, breathing heavily. Yunli. Fan Yuding was deeply moved by Yunli's bravery and tenacity. She ran to Yunli's side very quickly and lay directly on top of him. The 4 big losers let out a low-pitched cough. Ding! Zhou Tianhang sighed. My brother-in-law's acting skills are not bad. He easily deceived Fan Yuding into his arms. His luck value is plus 536. Yunli heard the system prompt. There is a shame of being exposed. I just regret that my current strength is not enough. Otherwise, this big licking dog Zhou Tianhang will be sucked dry. Mr. Fan, get up quickly, I'm very dirty. Fan Yuding not only didn't get up, she pressed her pink and white cheek against Yunli's mud-stained forehead and spoke tenderly. No, I don't mind being dirty. Suddenly, the 4 big losers and Zhou Tianhang felt like their mouths were stuffed with dog food. The Fuso military is neither blind nor stupid. The supply station in the Yangwang Continent Warning Zone in Togami Prefecture became the Mito family's experimental base for biochemical warriors. Of course you know this. It even provided a lot of convenience secretly. The biochemical warrior base was destroyed. The Fuso military who originally benefited must also be very angry. Although there are 2 7th level warriors, Zhang Wuya and Zhou Tianhang, accompanying him. But after all, we are on Fuso's territory. Once surrounded. If there are too many ants, they can kill an elephant. The biochemical warrior base has been successfully destroyed. Zhang Wuya also captured 2 4th level beast warriors and collected a lot of experimental data that would not be destroyed in the future. It also allowed Yunli to be tempered. It also made Yu Jingcheng and others deeply aware of their own shortcomings. This mission was successfully completed. The crowd no longer lingered. Under the protection of Zhou Tianhang and Zhang Wuya, they successfully passed through the crisis-ridden buffer zone and entered the Yangwang Continent Warning Zone in Daxia Yizhong. Yunli was covered in mud. Fan Yuding hugged her heartlessly again, making her body dirty. It takes nearly an hour to get back to the nearest supply station. Then, the big licking dog Zhou Tianheng found a pool. Let the brother-in-law and sweetheart's best friend wash and clean first. Yun Lai was soaking in the green water pool, seemingly resting with his eyes closed. He secretly called up the spiritual root tree and began to take stock of his gains and losses. After draining away the 5th-level beast-turned warrior Mito Masao, the tree of spiritual roots only produced 1 cyan wood spirit fruit. 2 green leaves emerge from the 2 roots of golden wood. Infer from this, under the double mental and physical torture, Mito Masao only earned less than 20,000 luck points. It is clear that Mito Masao has the strength of a 6th-grade warrior. Why does he gain so little? Think about it carefully. There was no need to ask the system. Yunli understood. From the moment he caught Mito Masao under the depression, he tried his best the whole time, and the spiritual root tree in his mind seemed to be burning. This means that the tree of spiritual roots is not a brave tree that can only be entered but cannot be exited. You also need to consume spiritual energy when you fight. If Yu Jingcheng and others hadn't blocked him head-on, it might not have been that easy to catch Masao Mito so easily. The current strength is indeed far behind that of 6th-grade warriors. However, there are also great gains in combat skills. When Yu Jingcheng transformed the giant shield with his energy, it was easily torn apart by Mito Masao's Crescent Moon Cyclone Slash. He knew he couldn't confront Masao Mito head-on. The only way to stop Mito Masao is to make a surprise attack. It happened that the area we were in was a soft depression. So I thought about whether I could sneak into the ground. Just with a thought, the earth branch of the spiritual root tree lit up, and then the soil under his feet seemed to turn into quicksand. The whole person dived into the ground in an instant. And he can also sneak through the ground as quickly as a fish in water. According to the fused memory, only warriors who have awakened their earth spiritual roots and reached level 6 or above can do it. This is what is commonly known as Earth Escape Technique. Anyway, by killing Mito Masao, we can know that with the current strength, it is still quite risky to fight against a 6th-grade warrior. If you meet the kind of 6th-grade warrior who has awakened 3 spiritual roots, there is little hope of victory. Even if you win by luck, it will definitely be a tragic victory, and you will definitely pay an extremely heavy price. To be on the safe side, after the storm of the attack on the Mito family's secret base has passed, the next time we sneak into the Fuso Yangwang Continent Warning Zone, if there is no breakthrough, we will mainly hunt down Fuso's 5th-grade warriors. It's easy and doesn't consume much spiritual energy. Earn more luck. It smells so good. Then check the real-time accumulated luck value. 42,876, 311,695. After deducting the luck points saved before coming here, this surprise attack on the Little Devil's biochemical base earned a net profit of 36,800 luck points. According to the original plan, Yunli spent another 27,000 luck points to water the spiritual root tree. This time, the main trunk of the spiritual root tree, the heavenly spiritual root, showed obvious changes. It was originally like an adult man's arm. Now she looks like a slender lady's waist. There are no buds or green leaves growing from the 5-element spirit root. But there are 3 more 5-element spirit fruits growing on the top of the Tianling root, namely the fire spirit fruit, the wood spirit fruit, and the gold spirit fruit. In addition, suck up the golden spirit fruits produced by the fire-tongued duck. There are also 3 little devils and Mito Masao who have contributed their luck value, and they have produced water spirit fruits, wood spirit fruits, and a total of 6 5-element spirit fruits that have not been picked yet. 1 fire spirit fruit, 2 gold spirit fruit, 1 water spirit fruit, 2 wood spirit fruit. With current strength, I should be able to fight against Su Chen. Although he was definitely no match for Su Chen, whose true strength was already a 6th-grade warrior, at least there was no need to worry about being killed instantly by him. That night, Su Chen and Yuan Qing were already investigating the Fire Tribe spies in Jufang Alley. According to this progress, they would probably see Old Man Sha now. After returning home, Su Chen will target the Yun family. But Su Chen had a very good impression of himself. Before Su Chen saw his true face, he quickly brushed up the positive emotions of the Son of Luck. The luck value of 1,200 was really too rich. Ding! Fan Yuding feels that with Zhou Tianheng and Zhang Wei accompanying her, with their strength, every move she makes will be noticed. If she kisses you forcefully, it will definitely be known. How can you be so embarrassed? Luck value plus 516. Ding. Fan Yuding has decided that the time is not right now. Forced kissing is not a wise move. Anyway, I have already revealed my feelings. When I get back, I will come to you for a drink. With the atmosphere, everything will fall into place. Luck value plus 536. Hearing the prompt from the system, Yunlai suddenly thought of the saying, drinking makes people cowardly. His love brain fell into a one-way relationship, and he was too worried about gains and losses, so he was obviously cowardly. Trying to make excuses for yourself. It's nothing more than fear of rejection. However, Fan Yuding's concerns were indeed justified. Big licking dogs Zhou Tianhang and Zhang Wei accompanied her and they rashly kissed Tai Manglang. Before coming to the Yanwang Continent warning zone in Yizhong, Yunli didn't have much affection for Fan Yuding and only wanted to increase his luck. But after a few battles, I really feel Fan Yuding's love for me. Not impressed at all. That's hypocrisy. Moreover, Fan Yuding's ability, danger prediction, has been very helpful for a long time. More importantly, this is the great Shah of Blue Star. In order to continue the heirs, the head of a wealthy family usually has one main wife and several side wives. This is really common. Even ordinary people don't find it strange. Even if Yi Ranshuang, who has a very high moral index, knows about it, she will have a cold war with herself for a while at most, but she will have no choice but to accept it in the end. Sooner or later, Yi Ranshuang will understand that to become the head wife of the future head of the Yun family, she has to learn to tolerate and compromise on many things. Therefore, public and private, if you don't accept Fan Yuding's extrapolation, if you push the protagonist Su Chen's camp, you are really a heartless idiot. Since his words and deeds can easily cause Fan Yuding's emotions to fluctuate violently, of course he should tease her and give her some sweetness at the end. Yunlai jumped out of the pool, using the power of the fire element. When he landed on the shore, there was not a drop of water on his body. Mr. Fan, it's time for us to set off. Fan Yuding felt very disappointed when she heard Yunlai call herself, Mr. Fan, again. She really liked Yunlai calling her, Yuding. Mr. Fan, so polite and distant. Yunli received another 312 luck points from Fan Yuding. Can't help but sigh secretly. Fan Yuding's emotions were completely under her control. By the way, teach me how to fly a flying skateboard. Fan Yuding heard this. Even more sad. Yunlai wanted to keep distance from himself. Although I was very reluctant, I had to teach. Yunlai already has the cultivation level of a 5th grade warrior, and is very skilled in the use of energy. In addition, he has the extreme talent, skill rewarded by the system. Fan Yuding just explained it once. Yunli can fly skillfully by jumping on the flying skateboard. Flying around the green pool. Yunlai saw Fan Yuding still standing blankly, looking really pitiful. Mr. Fan, come up, I'll take you back. Fan Yuding's eyes lit up, and the disappointment in her heart was swept away. She took a quick step and jumped onto the flying skateboard very excitedly. But Yunlai kept saying, Mr. Fan, and didn't dare to hug Yunlai. He just put his hands gently on his shoulders. Yunlai took Fan Yuding and flew to the nearest A3 supply station. The 4 great guards, Zhang Wei and Zhou Tianhang. He was very knowledgeable and tacitly understood and did not follow closely. Not blind. Can't you see Fan Yuding's love for her little master? It took about 10 minutes to fly. Yunlai remained silent. Fan Yuding didn't even dare to have a drink with Yunlai after she returned. Maybe she thought she was 6 years older than him, or maybe he could only pretend to be Yi Ranshuang. What forced kiss? It's better not to be so sentimental. Sudden, the flying skateboard came to an emergency stop. Fan Yuding, who was feeling sorry for herself, didn't take any precautions. Due to the effect of inertia, her whole body leaned forward and hit Yunlai hard on the back. Yunlai paused. It also drives the flying skateboard to fly. My eyes were dazzled just now, and I mistakenly thought there was a flying ferocious beast ahead. I'm really sorry. I caused you to rear-end the car, but the headlights were not damaged, right? Fan Yuding was stunned. Think about it. Immediately understand what it means. Encouraged by the hint, Fan Yuding became more courageous, hugged Yunli fiercely, and said coquettishly, doesn't the driver know whether the headlights are good or bad? The imperial capital of Daxia. The backyard wing of Yayuan. Yi Renshuang and Feng Ziyu had lunch. Continued to play Go again. Feng Ziyu really didn't dare to compliment Yi Renshuang's Go skills, but she didn't dare to look down on them either. Yesterday, he could easily kill Yi Renshuang's dragon. Making 10 pieces is more than enough. Just one day apart. Yi Renshuang's chess skills soared. It is judged that only 5 pieces can be allowed at most. But it was also interesting to see Yi Renshuang frowning and thinking while staring at the chessboard. Maybe it's a couple. It was as if he saw Yunlai being tortured by him and looking sad. When thinking of Yunlai, Feng Ziyu couldn't help but think of the Mito family's secret base. Yunli should have set out yesterday. If everything goes well, the Mito family's secret base should have been destroyed. Now Yunli is on his way back to Daxia. If things don't go well, even something unexpected happened to Yunli. Feng Ziyu didn't dare to think too much. After all, she and Yunlai were on the same front now. If anything happened to him, he wouldn't be able to come back. As a prisoner, his life would be lost. Big bad guy, harmful person, a nuisance. Feng Ziyu slandered Yunlai. This time Yi Renshuang thought for a little long. Feng Ziyu felt strange. He turned his head and looked across the table. Take a closer look. Yi Renshuang stared at the chessboard, her eyes full of tenderness and her mouth smiling. She was not thinking, she was distracted. No need to guess. He must be thinking about Yunlai now. Cough, cough. Feng Ziyu covered her mouth and coughed lightly. When Yi Renshuang heard the coughing sound, she realized that she was distracted and hurriedly put the chess pieces in her hands on the chessboard at will. Renshuang, this is my chess you can't make a move. Feng Ziyu was really speechless. She didn't know what kind of ecstasy soup Yunli poured into Yi Renshuang, which fascinated the fairy-like beauty. Yi Renshuang was so embarrassed that she quickly picked up the black piece that fell into the chess and defended. Ziyu, I'm really sorry, I was blinded. Feng Ziyu suddenly thought that according to the information she had, Yi Renshuang wanted to break off the engagement more than a week ago, but Yunlai and his men kidnapped her from Beijing University. It seems to be taken directly to the hotel. Could it be? Could it be? Understood. Very understanding too. Yi Renshuang is Yunlai's fiancé after all. Now that I have lost my virginity to Yunlai, I have no choice but to marry a chicken and follow the chicken, marry a dog and follow the dog. His disgust and hatred for Yunlai couldn't help but become deeper. At the same time, there was also some fear. This proves that Yunlai is not a good man and a woman of faith. If he angers him, he will really be rude to himself. When Yi Renshuang saw Feng Ziyu, the expression on her face changed many times in a very short period of time. First she smiled playfully, then it should be relieved, and now she frowned again, with a trace of panic in her eyes. He was looking at himself when his expression changed. I was fascinated by Yunlai just now. It must have been seen through. Ziyu, don't think wrongly. Although I am Yunlai's fiancé, Yunlai has always behaved well towards me. Yunlai and I are still innocent. Also, Yunlai is not a playboy. He is very sunny at heart and very talented. Feng Ziyu was extremely depressed. Obviously Yunlai is a big bad guy. Yi Renshuang was obviously deceived. Why did she, the victim, seem to be a villain in Yi Renshuang's eyes? I feel angry. I really want to tell Yi Renshuang. I was deceived by your Yunlai and was captured by him. Even if I was caught, he even rubbed his hair with his chin very frivolously. And oh, your Yunli is such a pervert that he actually held his hand from the Yanwang Continent warning zone in Togami County and didn't let go until he returned to Daxia Imperial Capital International Airport. But when the words came to her lips, Feng Ziyu held back. Yunlai was so good at pretending and deceiving, and suddenly said that Yunlai had awakened his spiritual roots. Yi Renshuang definitely didn't believe it. There's no point in arguing with her. When Yi Renshuang knows the truth, she will definitely cry with anger. Yi Renshuang took in all Feng Ziyu's words and hesitations. Although they had not been together for a long time, she felt that Princess Feng was wise, upright and kind-hearted. Putting aside the hostility between Daxia and Wind Clan, Feng Ziyu is worth dating. She hesitated to speak. There must be something you don't know about, right? Just wanted to ask. At this time, I heard footsteps coming from the outer hall. Yi Renshuang and Feng Ziyu turned to look at the same time. The two women saw clearly who was coming. They were all stunned. Princess Feng Yakin finally saw Feng Ziyu, who had been worrying about her day and night, and quickly ran to her, squatted down and held her hand, choking with tears. Princess, just be okay, just be okay. Ranshuang Yun Yan, who came in with Feng Yakin, winked at Yi Ranshuang. Yi Ranshuang understood. The Wind Clan sent an envoy to negotiate. This costumed girl wearing the costume of the Feng clan came to visit Feng Ziyu and determine whether Feng Ziyu suffered inhumane treatment while in custody. I am here. Of course it's inconvenient. He quickly got up and followed Yun Yan out of the bedroom. Feng Ziyu suddenly saw Feng Yakin and saw her crying like a tearful person. Her heart felt sour and she almost shed tears. But now is not the time to cry. Since Yun Yan came in with Feng Yakin, it meant that the Feng clan not only sent envoys to the imperial capital, but also had preliminary negotiations with the Yun family. Yakin, okay, don't cry anymore, tell me quickly, what does your father mean? Feng Yakin came here to visit on behalf of the Feng clan. Know what's at stake. He quickly wiped the tears from his face with the back of his hand. Then he pulled over a small round stool. Sit closely next to Feng Ziyu. Princess, you also know that the He faction has always had the upper hand in the clan. They feel there is no need to help the Thunder clan. They want to learn from the Electric clan and befriend Daxia. This time the princess was captured by Yunlai's trick. The emperor was very worried. The queen fainted on the spot when she heard the news. The leader of the clan and Pai took the opportunity to persuade and use the opportunity of negotiation to express the goodwill of the Feng clan and hope for peace with Daxia in the future. To live together. When Feng Ziyu heard what Feng Yakin said, she couldn't help but let out a long breath. Her personal safety was finally guaranteed. The Wind clan all expressed good intentions, and from a strategic perspective, the big bad guy Yunlai would never do anything to him. Yakin, compared to Daxia, the Wind clan is at an absolute disadvantage. In addition, I was captured. What conditions will Daxia and the Yun family propose, and what price will we pay? Feng Yakin sorted out her thoughts. The first round of negotiations ended last night. The senior leaders of the Daxia Federation and the head of the Yun family attended the negotiations. Their condition is that from now on, the Wind clan can no longer help the Thunder clan, Fire clan, and Rain clan, and they must at least remain neutral. The Wind clan is fully open to Daxia. Allow Daxia to invest in the Wind clan's territory. As for what to invest in, there are many better ones, but I don't even remember them. Feng Ziyu breathed a sigh of relief. Daxia and the Yun family are not that greedy. These conditions are acceptable. Over the past year or so, I have often sneaked into Daxia and Fuzhang, witnessed advanced modern civilization with my own eyes, and deeply felt the rich materials that modern civilization has brought to the people. The backward Wind clan really needs to learn. Feng Yakin picked up the teacup in front of Feng Ziyu, drank the light yellow tea in one gulp, and continued. To show our sincerity, our Wind clan is planning to let the princess get married. Feng Ziyu stood up in a hurry, a panic surged in her heart, and said in a trembling voice, Yakin, my father asked me to marry, who should I marry? Who else can I marry? Of course it's Yunlai. Feng Yakin said seriously. Feng Ziyu's head was buzzing, and she suddenly felt weak all over. Her legs softened and she slowly fell down on the small round stool. Just thinking about it, the princess is getting married, and the consort is Yunlai. Ah, marry that big bad guy Yunlai. Is there any justice? Princess, you are a rich man. Yunlai hugged you. The key is that Daxia was brought back by him. For the sake of the princess's reputation, of course he had to recruit Yunlai as his consort. Moreover, Yunli has to escort the princess back to consummate the marriage. This can be considered as a way for Daxia and the Yun family to express their sincerity for peace. The focus of the second round of negotiations now is this. The top leaders of the Daxia Federation agree, but the head of the Yun family is firmly opposed. The head of the Yun family wants you to stay in Daxia and marry Yunlai, otherwise there will be no peace talks. I don't know who persuaded him later, and the head of the Yun family softened his attitude a little. He just waited for Yunlai, who was away from home, to come back and see what Yunlai meant. Feng Ziyu thought about Yunlai suddenly hearing that the Feng clan wanted to recruit him as their consort. I don't know how proud this big villain is. Cough. Yun Yan's cough sounded in the outer hall. Feng Yakin knew that the visit time had come, so she stood up reluctantly and whispered, "Princess, I have to go, please take care of yourself." In fact, I think that although Yunlai is a little bad, he is still good as a consort. He sang the song is really nice. Feng Ziyu suppressed her anger and did not kick out the little fan girl Feng Yakin. Not long after Feng Yakin left, Yi Ranshuang is back. When Feng Ziyu saw Yi Ranshuang, she hurriedly turned her head and looked out the window, not daring to look at her, always feeling a little weak. I wonder if Yun Yan told Yi Ranshuang about this. If so, how will Yi Ranshuang react? At noon, Yunli and his party arrived at the A3 supply station safely. Fan Yuding, who was encouraged by Yunlai's hints, still knew how to behave and did not behave in any intimate way. Always keep a distance from Yunlai. To outsiders, she looks like an accompanying female escort. After all, Yunli and Yi Ranshuang are engaged. Besides, the concert was so successful. Yunlai went from being a dandy in the imperial capital with a bad reputation to becoming a superstar in the great Sha singing world that everyone admired. Being intimate with Yunlai in public in broad daylight, if someone takes a photo, it will seriously affect the perfect image of Yang Yang. What's more important is that Yi Ranshuang cannot know about it for the time being. Yunli finally managed to coax Yi Ranshuang into good condition. Any further quarrel will inevitably hurt feelings. It would be best to wait until Yunlai and Yi Ranshuang get married before announcing his relationship with Yunlai. The future head of the Yun family has a little one. It's really not surprising at all. Yunli has the help of systematic disguised mind reading, and can roughly know Fan Yuding's thoughts. Once she falls in love, she can't hide things from her sweetheart. I am very pleased that Fan Yuding is so considerate of herself and does not fight with Yi Ranshuang. I'm just afraid that Fan Yuding won't be reconciled. Waiting to accompany you down to the secret realm. I can't stand Yi Ranshuang. And Yi Ranshuang hated Fan Yuding even more. It would be a headache if our own people fought openly and secretly with each other. Now Fan Yuding knows to give in. There shouldn't be any unmanageable conflicts. Master Yun, you have successfully completed the mission. After you go back, why don't you have a few drinks to celebrate when you are free? Fan Yuding finally plucked up the courage to meet up. Yunlai nodded. Fan Yuding was ecstatic, seeing Yunlai's eyes getting hotter and hotter, wishing she could melt her sweetheart, put it on the tip of her heart, love and cherish her. Oh my God, the crazy love finally paid off. Yunyan asked after returning. I can proudly say that forcibly kissing Meng Lang was too frivolous to do it. Only those who can capture Yunlai's heart are capable. Zhang Wuya captured 2 4th-level beast warriors and also seized a large amount of experimental data that would not be destroyed in the future. To be on the safe side, Yunlai and his party didn't even eat lunch, just rested for a while, and immediately took 2 cars back to the Yizhong warning area. It was still the same as before, with Zhang Rong driving the car, Yu Jingcheng, Cao Ming, and Ding Weijing sitting in the middle, and Yunlai and Fan Yuding sitting in the back row. The 4 guards on the return trip were all silent. If it weren't for Yunlai's brave surprise attack. In a duel with Mito Masao, a 5th-level beast warrior, even if he wins by chance, it will definitely be a miserable victory, and casualties will definitely be inevitable. Be brave after knowing your shame. Yu Jingcheng and others made up their minds. Anyway, with the young master's current strength, the 4 guards have become like useless followers. If the young master agrees. Once in half a month, I come to Yangwang continent to hunt ferocious beasts. Only by facing death can you maximize your potential. After getting in the car, Fan Yuding was no longer so obedient. She took Yunlai's arm and let her sweetheart know from time to time that the big headlights were fully charged. Due to the presence of the 4 guards, he couldn't flirt properly. After a while, he simply leaned on Yunlai's shoulder and closed his eyes to rest. Yunlai was not sleepy at all. Taking advantage of his free time, he was preparing to think about how to increase Su Chen's luck. Ding! Feng Ziyu hates you so much that she gnashes her teeth. It's because she became your prisoner that she wanted to marry you. Luck value plus 999. Hearing the system prompts, Yunlai was definitely the most confused ever. If Feng Ziyu could also increase her luck points, he would not be able to contribute several 999 to her. Marry. Could it be that the envoy sent by the Feng clan arrived in the imperial capital, and after preliminary negotiations with the Yun family, they sent someone to visit and informed Feng Ziyu that she was ready to get married. What is going on? Ding. Feng Ziyu feels shameless to face Yi Ranshuang. If Yi Ranshuang knew about it, he would definitely scold himself, right? It's all your fault. Why are you acting so frivolous? I really want to bite you to death. Luck value plus 999. The system prompted again. Yunli understood. Yi Ranshuang is still in Yayuan. An envoy from the Wind Clan came to visit. Avoidance out of politeness. Now the Wind Clan messenger is gone. Yi Ranshuang immediately approached Feng Ziyu. I hope Yi Ranshuang won't ask. Don't even say anything to Feng Ziyu. Otherwise, ding. After Feng Ziyu calmed down, she still felt that something was not right. If she really marries you, you will escort her back to Fufeng City to get married. I am afraid that there will be murderous intent along the way. Both her and you are in danger. Luck value plus 656. This time the system prompts Yunli to return home. Isn't it just an anti-kidnapping operation to capture Feng Ziyu? Why did it cause so many troubles later? I still didn't think it through before. Feng Ziyu's identity is too special. And I am not an ordinary person. Once two people are together, it actually produced a very violent chain reaction. There are some people with ulterior motives in the hostile forces who are planning to make a big fuss out of this. Either kill yourself, or kill Feng Ziyu, or maybe the negotiations break down completely. Daxia, the Yun family, and the Feng clan will all fall into an endless fight to the death. Yi Ranshuang took advantage of union to send the envoy from the Feng clan to leave. He couldn't wait to enter the bedroom immediately. As Yun Lai's fiancé and a member of the Yun family, Feng Ziyu failed to kidnap Yun Lai but was captured instead. This is no small matter. If not handled properly, Wind Clan will definitely seek revenge. Yun Lai was unable to awaken his spiritual roots forever, and he really had no ability to protect himself. Feng Ziyu was captured, and the Feng clan was angry at Yun Lai, fearing that something unexpected would happen one day. Assume the negotiation goes well. Wind Clan must pay a price if they want redemption. Not a small price to pay. It will even have a profound impact on the future relationship between Daxia and the Wind Clan. If she marries into the Yun family in the future, she will of course have to assist Yun Lai in handling some family affairs. It just so happens that Feng Ziyu was captured, so Quan should study in advance. But Feng Ziyu behaved very strangely. When she saw him coming in, her eyes flickered and she subconsciously turned her head to look out the window. It's obviously a sign of guilty conscience. Ziyu, you should be able to go home soon. Why are you not happy? Yi Ranshuang asked tentatively. Feng Ziyu didn't answer. As her extremely fluctuating emotions gradually calmed down, she just thought that if she wanted to marry Yun Lai, she would have to let Yun Lai escort her back to Fufeng City to get married. This is so strange. Who doesn't know that the person Yun Shang, the head of the Yun family, loves the most is Yun Lai? Even if he knew that Yun Lai had awakened his spiritual roots and had the cultivation of a fourth-grade warrior, he would definitely not let Yun Lai take risks. But the senior officials of Daxia Federation have long thought about winning over the Wind Clan. It will definitely put pressure on the Yun family. The Yun family refused. Eventually the negotiations broke down. There are many factions within Daxia, because this matter will aggravate conflicts and lead to internal strife. If it's really what you think. Although the Wind Clan can gain a lot of benefits from it, as the eldest princess, she will be unlucky. The most fearful thing is that the Yun family, under pressure from the Daxia Federation Council, promised Yun Lai to escort him back to get married, and some forces and people took the opportunity to intercept him midway. Princess Feng, the future head of the Yun family, no matter who it was, died unfortunately. Daxia and the Wind Clan will inevitably go to war. If he had known that Yun Lai would be captured instead of kidnapping, it would lead to a struggle among various forces and make the situation complicated. You really shouldn't have had Yun Lai's idea. The key is that Yun Lai is too good at lying. Not to be captured by him. Where will all the trouble come from? Ziyu. Yi Ranshuang couldn't help but press the question again. Feng Ziyu turned to look at Yi Ranshuang. The princess is getting married, and the consort is Yun Lai. It was obvious that Yun Yan was hiding such a big matter from Yun Lai's fiancé Yi Ranshuang for the time being, for fear that Yi Ranshuang would find out and run home crying, right? But Yi Ranshuang will eventually know. Mostly smiling Tiger Union wanted to tell Yi Ranchuang. Otherwise, you should find an excuse to take Yi Ranchuang away and prevent her from seeing him again. Yun Lai is so hateful. Then tell Yi Ranchuang. Let Yi Ranchuang go to Yun Lai and cry. As long as it can give Yun Lai a headache, it can be regarded as an end to his hatred. The senior officials of the Daxia Federation, the Yun family, and our Wind Clan envoys concluded the first round of negotiations last night. Both sides have expressed a desire for peace. But, because I am the eldest princess of the Feng clan and I am a maid, I was captured instead of being kidnapped and brought to the Yun family. It is inevitable that my reputation will be damaged. Marry Yunli. This is one of the conditions of the negotiation. Yi Ranchuang was extremely shocked. No wonder he came in just now. Feng Ziyu felt guilty and dared not face herself. It turned out to be Princess Feng, the leader of the Feng clan, who wanted to get married. Is the person she is marrying still her fiancé Yunli? Shocked. But this is not a surprise. At the level of Feng Ziyu and Yun Lai, the interests involved are too great. It's really normal for political marriages to emerge driven by all parties. Yunli is the consort. Good. Very good. Consider him as having sacrificed his life for the country. After saying that, Yi Ranchuang forced out a smile, feeling her heart aching so much, and hurriedly got up and ran out quickly. Feng Ziyu knew that Yi Ranchuang must be looking for Yun Lai. But Yi Ranchuang could say such a thing. It feels like Yun Lai's fiancé is just like Yun Lai. They are all very sinister. It was nearly 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Yunli and his party successfully passed through the Yizhong warning zone and returned safely. Halfway through, Daxia's military elites dispatched to escort. After arriving at the A3 supply station, Zhang Hui reported the complete success of the operation through the special confidential line. No need to guesswork. The stakes are high. The richest man's father must have informed the Daxia military. Because of the special background of the times, although the Yun family is one of the leading aristocratic families and has an extremely important influence on Daxia, it does not mean that it can cover the sky with one hand. He wanted to force the Mito family, who was secretly supported by the Fuso military, to surrender. Just being a Yun family is too light. Daxia must come forward. Moreover, the Yun family has a deep relationship with the Daxia military. The invincible Yunyuan is the new generation military spirit of Daxia. It would be a win-win situation to hand over the beast-turned warriors to the Daxia military and share relevant experimental results with the Daxia military. It will not cause criticism from other wealthy families. Better to win a good reputation. Yun Lai has no interest in how to deal with the beast-turned warrior, and just wants to rush back to the imperial capital as soon as possible. Feng Ziyu's sub-line, which emerged in advance and then completely went wrong, seems to have been upgraded now. No less than Su Chen's main plot. If not handled properly. Before Su Chen could target the Yun family, I'm afraid that I will fall into a huge storm where power and interests are intertwined. A little careless. That would be a fatal disaster. Check the system prompt record. Very strange. The richest man's father, who loves his son like his own life, and the super, Voldemort, sister, seem to be too calm about the Wind Clan marrying a princess and letting him escort the princess to the Wind Clan to get married. It didn't even contribute any luck value. This means that there are no emotions at all. With their wise eyes, it was impossible not to see that the princess's marriage actually contained great murderous intent. Whether you agree or not, will trigger a series of unpredictable consequences. But why can you be so calm? This made Yunli feel very surprised and curious. Also, Feng Ziyu should tell Yi Ranchuang about this. Xiaonizi's mood did not fluctuate much. It's just that Yu Yuan contributed more than 700 luck points. I feel that the marriage between the Yun family and the Feng family is inevitable. Just think of yourself as sacrificing your life for your country. Then there is no more. The darkened heroine is really good. He actually learned to comfort himself from the perspective of family and country politics. Focus on the overall situation. No more tantrums. 8:47 p.m. Yunli and his party arrived at the Imperial Capital International Airport by special plane. Get off the plane. Yun Yan has been waiting for a long time. The siblings had a tacit understanding and didn't say much. I got in the car and went straight to Yunyuan in the western suburbs. When Yun Lai, accompanied by Yun Yan, entered the inner hall of Yunyuan, he felt that tonight was very different from usual. There's a weird stranger. Judging from his hairstyle, clothing, posture, and body shape, he should be a middle-aged man from Yanwang continent. He was sitting on the Taishi chair on the left side of Zion couch, and was wearing a ghost face mask. Ding! Feng Xin thinks you are really a talented person. You are definitely a good match for the eldest princess Feng Ziyu. Your luck value is +10. Yunli heard the system prompt. Got it immediately. This sneaky middle-aged man turns out to be from the Wind Clan. And he definitely holds a high position in the Wind Clan. Perhaps he was the representative sent by the Wind Clan to negotiate. Yun Shang, who was sitting on the Zion couch, had already been notified that his beloved son Yunlai had single-handedly killed a 5th-grade beast-turned-warrior. I just feel very relieved. Yunlai's martial arts talent far surpassed that of his contemporaries, Yun Yuan. Maybe Nizi Yunyuan's plan can really be implemented. Feng Xin, take off your mask. Yun Shang said calmly. Feng Xin understood what Yun Shang meant, and quickly took off his mask, stood up and faced Yunlai, clasped his fists and lowered his head, and said respectfully, the great surgeon of the Wind Clan, Kong Feng Xin, has met my young master. Yunli was stunned. The great Sikong Feng Xin of the Wind Clan calls himself, Little Master. This means that the high-ranking Feng Xin has become attached to the Yun family and has completely become the Yun family's lackey. The Wind Clan actually produced such a big traitor. The Yun family is worthy of being called the villain family. As long as it's profitable. It's really a no-brainer. Even such an important official from the Wind Clan was bribed. Da Sikong, there is no need to be polite. Yun Yan pulled Yunlai, who still had a look of disbelief on his face, and sat down opposite Feng Xin. Wait for Feng Xin to take a seat. Yun Shang looked at Yunlai lovingly. Lear, the Feng clan plans to marry Feng Ziyu to you and ask you to escort Feng Ziyu back to the Feng clan to get married. What do you think? Yunlai was really surprised that there was a big traitor in the Wind Clan, as it never appeared in the original plot. This also shows that the plot of the original work has not only been changed, but also deepened. Many things in the future are completely beyond my prediction. Therefore, there was no need to pretend, and he was still shocked when the richest father said that the princess was going to get married. Brother, what do you think about this matter? Yun Yan asked pleasantly. Yunli let out a long breath. He saw his father, sister and the great traitor of the Wind Clan looking at him. Understand that this is actually a comprehensive test of the future head of the family's political vision, strategy, and courage. Since even the awakening spiritual roots have been revealed. It's about yourself again. Of course, you can't pretend to be stupid. Take a look at Feng Xin. He also suddenly understood why the richest man's father and his sister knew that the princess was getting married and even escorted her back to the Wind Clan to get married, but they didn't cause any emotional fluctuations at all. I am afraid that when I capture Feng Ziyu and bring her back to Daxia, I will immediately start to activate Feng Xin, the great traitor of the Wind Clan. The so-called princess getting married should be a carefully planned conspiracy. I originally thought that the Yun family was being plotted by hostile forces. Now it seems like it was a false alarm. Then you must show your extraordinary strategic vision and high courage, and give your luck value a serious boost. The Wind Clan wants to marry the eldest princess to me, and asks me to escort her back to the Wind Clan for the wedding. I think this is quite fishy. Even an elaborate death trap. Yun Shang smiled happily. My beloved little son has truly transformed since he awakened his spiritual roots. If it were in the past, he would definitely have shouted that he would never marry the princess of the Wind Clan. Otherwise, what would Yi Ranchuang do? Brother, this is obviously a great good thing. Why do you think it is a carefully woven death trap? Yun Yan pretended to be surprised. Yunlai did not look at Yun Yan, but stared at Feng Xin with burning eyes. The territory of the Wind Clan is only bordered by the narrow Wangchuan corridor that Daxia conquered on the Yanwang continent. The Wangchuan corridor is actually the Yu clan's sphere of influence. The Yu clan diehards are dominant and have always been resistant to advanced civilization. If the eldest princess of the Wind Clan gets married and asks me to escort her back to the Wind Clan to get married, she will have to go through the Wangchuan corridor, and she will most likely be intercepted and killed by the Rain Clan. Assume that the Rain Clan royal family does not want to offend the Wind Clan and suppress the diehards who are ready to move, so as to avoid being attacked from both sides by Daxia and the Wind Clan. But the Thunder Clan and the Fire Clan, who have deep grievances with Daxia, will never let go of such an opportunity to frame the case, and will definitely send experts to assassinate him halfway. Whether it's me or Feng Ziyu who is assassinated, Daxia and the Wind Clan will be completely hostile. In addition to the Thunder Clan and the Fire Clan, I am afraid that some forces within Daxia that are very prejudiced against the Yun family also want to take advantage of the troubled waters. Fuzang, who has a feud with Daxia, doesn't want to see Daxia become friendly with the Wind Clan. So the princess got married and asked me to escort her back to the Wind Clan to get married. This is a murderous death journey. Originally, I thought the Wind Clan was trying to kill someone with a borrowed knife. But the chief Sikong Fengxian of the Wind Clan is here, and my father and sister will definitely not let me take the risk. So it should be our Yun family who is really weaving a death trap. In order to take advantage of the princess's marriage, we will simply send out martial arts masters to kill all the forces that are hostile to the Yun family. If my prediction is correct, my brother Yunyuan will be guarding me secretly. Speaking of which, Yun Lai stood up and strode to the middle of the inner hall, turned around and faced Yun Shang, the richest man's father, who was sitting on Zion's couch. First, he bowed slightly. Then straighten your back. Father, I am willing to act as a bait again and set off on an auspicious day to escort Feng Ziyu back to the Feng clan. Under the care of my brother, I dare to meet all the masters in the world. Yun Shang, Yun Yan, Feng Xin. 3 powerful men with deep intentions. Everyone was stunned by Yun Lai's words. Never imagined. Yun Lai quickly realized that this was a death trap carefully woven by the core of the Yun family. Without any hesitation, he volunteered to serve as a fragrant bait. This boy is extraordinary. He is truly a dragon among men. Ding. Yun Shang is extremely happy that you have taken over as the head of the Yun family. Even if he dies now, he will die in peace. His luck value will be plus 999. Ding. Yun Yan just wants to kneel in front of her mother's grave and tell her mother, who unfortunately died young, that you will definitely be the best and most talented among the Yun family's previous heads in the future, with a luck value of plus 999. Ding. Feng Xin just feels that there is no wrong bet. You have such keen insight and martial arts talent that is rare in the world. Under your leadership, the Yun family will dominate the Yangwang continent sooner or later, and your luck value will be plus 999. Yunli heard the system prompt, but not in high spirits. Escort Feng Ziyu back to the Feng clan. I don't know how many forces will participate in the sniper attack. You can never entrust your own safety to your brother Yunyuan and the big licking dog Zhou Tianheng. Mountains will fall if you rely on them, and you will run if you rely on people. Must exchange for armor. If the luck value required for the armor is not enough, it will not start. Only with awesome and dazzling armor, coupled with the supreme evil skill, Demon Flame Burning Sky, can you have the confidence to face all the masters in the world. It's almost midnight. Yun Lai left Yunyuan with Yun Yan. The strategic vision, courage, and tactics that he has demonstrated. He was unanimously recognized by his father, sister, and the great trader of the Wind Clan. Finally started to get in touch with the core decisions of the Yun family. As expected, it was Feng Ziyu, the princess of the Feng clan, who was captured and brought back to Daxia. Let the richest man realize that this is a huge opportunity. Then, decisively activate the chess piece ambushing the Wind Clan, that is, Feng Xin, the great trader of the Wind Clan. Feng Xin took the lead in uniting the main piece faction within the Feng clan, constantly admonishing Emperor Reiching Fengji, explaining the pros and cons, and stating the various conveniences brought by the Feng clan's good relations with Daxia and the Yun family. In addition, his beloved daughter Feng Ziyu was unfortunately captured by the Yun family. Emperor Reiching Fengji weighed the pros and cons and finally made up his mind to fully reconcile with Daxia and the Yun family. As for Feng Ziyu getting married, of course, Feng Xin got the instruction from the richest man's father. Feng Ziyu is the princess of the Feng clan, but he was captured by Yun Lai. If this matter spreads, it will definitely have an unimaginable negative impact on the reputation of the eldest princess. If the eldest princess marries Yun Lai, the marriage between the Feng clan and the Yun family will definitely be the icing on the cake for the friendship between the Feng clan and Daxia. The eldest princess also has a good home. In order to ask the Yun family to express their sincerity, Yun Lai, the most beloved young master of the Yun family, must be allowed to personally escort the eldest princess back to the Feng clan to get married. Although this move was very risky for Yun Lai, it also proved that Daxia and the Yun family really wanted to reconcile, and it also gave the Feng clan enough face. If the head of the Yun family could really let his beloved young master Yun Lai escort him, the Feng clan would never be so stupid as to kill Yun Lai to vent their personal anger, triggering an all-out war in Daxia and the Yun family's desperate revenge. When he thought of it, Feng Xin put on a look of loyalty to the emperor, the country and the people of the world in front of raging Emperor Fengji, and gave impassioned advice. I just feel that the traitor is so hateful. But this treacherous minister was used by the Yun family for his own benefit. I feel so good again. Don't recruit some treacherous and hypocritical people who are bad to the core. The Yun family can't be a family of villains. But once Feng Ziyu is escorted back to the Feng clan, Daxia and the Feng clan will fully reconcile, and the Yun family will marry into the Feng clan, which many hostile forces do not want to see. Even if they knew how cunning the Yun family was, the young master of the Yun family escorting Princess Feng was probably a death trap and had to be intercepted along the way. This is actually a clever trick that kills two birds with one stone. Martial arts masters from Daxia, Yun family, and Feng clan, under the leadership of Yun Yuan, counterattacked and strangled the hostile forces intercepted along the way. If you are afraid, do nothing and let the young master of the Yun family safely escort the Feng clan's eldest princess back to the Feng clan, bringing peace and huge benefits to Daxia and the Feng clan. Then the Yun family's reputation will reach an unprecedented height. The personal image of the young master of the Yun family is almost perfect. Anyway, overtly and covertly, the Yun family are all leaders. Take absolute initiative, but Yun Lai, who is a fragrant bait, dare not be careless. Even if his invincible brother Yun Yuan is secretly guarding him, the hostile forces will definitely form an alliance and get together. Their strength must not be underestimated. On the way to Yayuan, Yunli pretended to close his eyes and rest, secretly checking the armor in the Luck Exchange Mall. Yun Lai clicked on the armor section. It's the same as the exercise section. There is little choice. Another solitary item. The name smacks of evil. Black Lotus. Armor, Black Lotus. Redemption requires a luck value of 50,000. There is something strange about this armor Black Lotus. No introduction. When I asked the system, it looked like it was down, but there was still no reply. However, given that the supreme evil skill, Demon Flame Burns the Sky, is really useful. Of course the armor Black Lotus must be exchanged. The current real-time accumulated luck value is 23,772. This means that if you earn another 27,000 luck points, you can redeem the armor Black Lotus. Negotiations between the Daxia Federation's top brass, the Yun family and the Wind clan are still continuing, and no formal agreement has been reached yet. It was Da Sikong Fengxin who was in charge of the negotiations among the Wind clan. There's this guy here. In fact, it is just acting for the outside world to see. Wait for negotiations to reach an agreement. Choose another auspicious day to set off. At least half a month. Even a month later, it's more than enough to earn 27,000 luck points. If only I were more diligent. A warrior who sneaked into the Fuso security zone to hunt down more imps. Maybe the 100,000 luck points needed to upgrade to the second level of perfection in Demon Flame Burning Sky are also available. The convoy drove straight into Yayuan parking lot. Yun Yan gently patted Yun Lai, who closed his eyes to rest. Brother, are you going to spend the night at the eldest princess's place tonight, or are you going to favor Miss Yi first? Yun Lai opened his eyes suddenly. Sister, please stop joking. If it weren't for Daxia and the Yun family, I wouldn't escort Feng Ziyu back to the Feng clan. Feng Ziyu must hate me so much that she can gnash her teeth with hatred. If we really get married, there might be a pair of scissors under the pillow during the wedding night. It's too late. I'll try to comfort Ranshuang tomorrow. Yun Yan smiled faintly. Before, you took your guards to Biqing Academy and robbed Ranshuang in public. Didn't she hate you so much that she gritted her teeth? Be brave when escorting Feng Ziyu back and save her a few more times. You will definitely win the heart of the princess. Yunli's heart skipped a beat. With my sister's dark underbelly, it's really possible to come up with a bitter trick. For example, the guard deliberately released the water. Let the martial arts masters from the hostile forces come closer. Then he was like the big licking dog Zhou Tianheng. Always peeking in the dark. Don't show up to rescue unless your own life is in danger. But since even the big licking dog Zhou Tianheng didn't realize that he could absorb other people's spiritual energy, the secret of practicing the supreme evil skill, devil flame burning the sky, should not be exposed. Anyway, there are system-disguised mind-reading prompts. In case the enemy knows. Of course, he was silenced without mercy. If it is known by one's own people, as the future head of the Yun family, there are ways to shut it up. Ran Shuang knew that Princess Feng, the leader of the Feng clan, was going to get married, and you were the consort, so she secretly cried several times. I can't find you on the phone. I'm sure I won't be able to sleep tonight. It's better to go and comfort him quickly. Hearing what Yun Yan said, Yun Lai frowned and said, Sister, if I really escort Feng Ziyu back, what will happen to Ran Shuang? Yun Yan smiled and said, Of course Ran Shuang is still your fiancé, the future head of the Yun family's wife. Escorting Feng Ziyu back to get married is just a formality, using the name of the Feng clan's consort. When you come back, Feng Ziyu misses you. Just come to Yun's house and be a guest house. If you don't come, then you will stay alone in the empty boudoir forever. Yun Lai was silent. My sister is not only evil, and very vindictive. He hated Feng Ziyu for kidnapping him. The Yan state founded by the Feng clan was still in feudal civilization. The future head of the Yun family has become the consort of the Wind clan. What if the princess fails to fulfill her duties as a wife and cannot bear the loneliness, so she dares to cheat on her? Then the Yun family takes the moral high ground and calls for prosecution. Okay, hurry up and meet Ran Shuang in the east wing of the backyard. Don't let anyone worry. Yun Yan patted Yun Lai lovingly again, then opened the door and got out of the car. Yun Li successively received system notifications about Yi Ran Shuang. She was indeed worried. It's better not to wait for tomorrow morning. Go comfort now. Come to the east wing of the backyard. Yun Li took out his cell phone from his pocket and turned it on. Then call Yi Ran Shuang. Answered in seconds. Yun Li. Ran Shuang, I'm back, just outside the house. The bedroom light came on. After a burst of chaotic footsteps, Yun Lai saw Yi Ran Shuang rushing out in pajamas. Yi Ran Shuang quickly came to Yun Lai. Regardless, he hugged Yun Lai. You are going to be the consort, don't you want me anymore? Yun Lai hugged Yi Ran Shuang with one hand and stroked her soft hair with the other. She was a girl made of water, and her collar was soaked with tears in an instant. How could I not want you? You are my fiancé, and you are Ran Shuang who I have been waiting for 12 years. Yi Ran Shuang's heart trembled. She opened her mouth but couldn't speak. She was choked with tears. Only holding Yun Lai. Hold tightly. Ding. The positive emotion from Yi Ran Shuang. Yun Li. Yun Li. Yun Li. The luck value plus 1200. Yun Li was stunned. The blackened heroine still has huge unexplored gas reserves. I actually got a luck value of 1200 this time. Just focus on this. How could you not want it? Ding. When Feng Ziyu saw you having a private meeting with Yi Ran Shuang in the middle of the night, she just thought that you, the prince consort of the Wind clan, are really a romantic horse. Luck value plus 999. Yun Li was a little confused when he heard the system prompt. Feng Ziyu didn't sleep late at night. Where are you hiding? I didn't even see her when I came over. Besides, it's perfectly normal for you to come visit your fiancé by yourself. Feng Ziyu seems a little jealous. Yun Lai gently patted Yi Ran Shuang's back. After a while, Yi Ran Shuang finally recovered. Although Yun Lai expresses his deep love for him, the marriage between the Yun family and the Feng clan involves too many interests. Even if Yun Lai is the future head of the Yun family, he is unable to do so and has no choice at all. Feng Ziyu is the princess of the Feng clan, and if she marries Yun Lai, then, wouldn't her engagement with Yun Lai be voided? It seems to be according to the tradition of the Wind clan. Without the princess's consent, a concubine cannot take a concubine. That means even if you want to be a kid. It also depends on Feng Ziyu's expression. Moreover, the conflict between Daxia and the Feng clan has lasted for nearly 100 years. It is not easy to eliminate the hatred in a short period of time. Feng Ziyu married Yun Lai. It was a marriage where politics and interests were intertwined. She was also very aggrieved and unwilling to accept it. How could it be tolerated that the consort had another woman in Daxia? Yunli, what should I do? Yi Ranshuang was really confused. It's late autumn. The imperial capital is located in the north. It was chilly in the early morning. Yunli saw that Yi Ranshuang was only wearing thin pajamas, and said lovingly, Ranshuang, it's cold outside, let's go inside and talk. Yi Ranshuang said, obediently. When Yunli entered the wing bedroom with Yi Ranshuang in his arms, I heard the system prompt again. Ding. Feng Ziyu is very angry. She thinks that since you are the consort of the Wind clan, you should know the etiquette. How is it inappropriate to enter the house with another woman in your arms in the middle of the night? Luck value plus 856. Yunli felt a little dizzy. Yi Ranshuang is his fiancé. Feng Ziyu was obviously deeply poisoned by feudal ideas. I know that getting married is inevitable. Subconsciously, he really regarded his enemy as his consort. Ding. Feng Ziyu blames herself very much. I can't blame you for this, let alone Yi Ranshuang. After all, you have been engaged for a long time. If I want to blame, I can only blame myself for being blind and not seeing through you, a big bad guy who cheats people without paying for their lives. Luck value plus 999. The system prompted again. Yunli was quite pleased. Feng Ziyu is still quite reasonable. And she can also really contribute luck points. You also need 27,000 luck points to redeem the armor Black Lotus. Just came to visit Yi Ranshuang. As of now, the two girls jointly contributed more than 4,000 luck points. It can be seen from this. The princess wants to marry herself. This incident had a huge impact on them. This leads to extreme mood swings. When I saw myself, I couldn't control myself. Sudden. Yunli heard very low footsteps outside. No way. The princess listens to the consort's words in the middle of the night. But not surprising either. Feng Ziyu must have wanted to know what she would say to Yi Ranshuang. Since the two women are now very emotionally unstable, of course they should take advantage of this perfect opportunity to increase their luck. Sitting on the bed with Yi Ranshuang in his arms, Yunli deliberately raised his voice. Ranshuang, don't worry, I will send the unruly Feng Ziyu back, and he will return to Daxia soon. I am the future head of the Yun family, and I cannot stay long. As expected, you will hear the system prompt immediately. Ding. Feng Ziyu is very angry. Who is so unruly? In order to please Yi Ranshuang, he even lied about someone's innocence. Luck value plus 777. Yi Ranshuang snuggled into Yunli's arms. When she thought of Yunli sending Feng Ziyu back to the Feng clan and getting married, would that mean a wedding night? I couldn't help but feel angry, sour and bitter. Besides, Feng Ziyu is a very attractive beauty. As long as the contact lasts a long time, I'm afraid Yunli will fall into Feng Ziyu's gentle land and be unable to extricate himself. Waiting to come back from Wind Clan. Will he look down upon himself? Ding. Yi Ranshuang is very jealous and frightened. She is afraid that you will change your mind as soon as you leave. The luck value will be plus 999. The system prompts. Yunli suddenly woke up. The cumulative luck value earned exceeds 300,000. The system must have been upgraded a long time ago. Not very arrogant or domineering. If your current words and deeds can cause other people's emotions to fluctuate, you can gain luck points. Ask secretly. The system still doesn't respond. All right. This is a system that thinks the host has too many things to do. Yunli, if you follow Feng Ziyu and have a bridal chamber, will you change your mind? Yi Ranshuang couldn't help but expressed her worries. Yunli glanced outside the house. By perceiving keenly, knowing that Feng Ziyu was listening intently against the wall, the princess also wanted to know the consort's attitude. Ranshuang, Feng Ziyu is very prejudiced against me. Once she returns to the Wind clan, she will definitely find various excuses to refuse to consummate the marriage. Even if I am forced to go to the bridal chamber under pressure, I would not dare to touch her. She is a 5th-level warrior, and I am powerless. If I step back 10,000 steps, I won't be willing to do it even if she is willing. I don't want my future baby to need a wet nurse. Yi Ranshuang inside the room and Feng Ziyu outside the room were stunned at the same time, and they understood what Yunli's words meant almost at the same time. Yi Ranshuang raised her pink fist and hit Yunli, and said angrily, your eyes are just dishonest, where are you looking? Feng Zi's words are not as bad as yours. Feng Zi outside the room clenched her fists as she spoke. If it weren't for the Qi and Dantian being imprisoned. Definitely punch through the wall. Rush in and pull out the shameless and despicable Yunlai and beat him up. Ding. Feng Zi's tone is so irritating. You are a big pervert, and your mind is full of filth. When you return to Fufeng City safely, I will beat you until you kneel down and beg for mercy. Your luck value will be plus 999. Yunli almost couldn't help but laugh. Who told the princess to listen to the consort's words in the middle of the night? If you are angry, you are asking for it. But everything is done in moderation. One last ruthless move and that's it. Renshuang, I know you are worried, why not give me to you tonight? Yi Renshuang was stunned for a moment, then she was shocked to realize that she was in the same room with Yunlai in the middle of the night, and when she heard what he said, she couldn't help but feel extremely embarrassed. Bah, you're really not ashamed. Let's go now, I need to rest. The shy Yi Renshuang pushed Yunlai away without waiting. There was a clang outside. It sounded like window glass breaking. Ding, the negative emotions from Feng Ziyu, Yunli, you fool, the luck value plus 999. The system prompts. Yunli was a little confused. The princess is so out of sorts. How can you smash the glass? Much of the night, suddenly I heard such a noise. He is temporarily staying in Yunyan's house again. Yi Renshuang was severely frightened. She hurriedly pushed Yunli, stood up and sat aside, and asked timidly, what's going on outside? Yunli heard chaotic footsteps. Feng Ziyu was very angry, smashed the glass and ran away. Such a loud noise, but no guards were attracted. It was obvious that all of them had been warned by the sinister old lady. No matter what happens, don't interrupt. Maybe it's wild cats making trouble. My sister likes cats. There are stray cats in Yayuan from time to time. Yunli stopped teasing Yi Renshuang. With Yi Renshuang's current mental state and Feng Ziyu's presence, she definitely can't let him go. Open. Before setting off to escort Feng Ziyu back to the Feng clan. Find another suitable opportunity. Strive for a happy relationship. After comforting Yi Renshuang for a while, Yunlai left the East Wing after Yi Renshuang went to bed to rest and said good night to each other. Yunlai walked down the steps slowly and turned around to see that the ground was clean and the broken glass had been swept away by the secretly protecting guards. Thinking of Feng Ziyu smashing the glass angrily, she really wasn't wrong. The little naughty one was indeed a bit unruly. When Yunlai walked out of the backyard and came to the room that Yunyan had reserved for him all year round, he was about to open the door. Ding. Su Chen is very shocked. The Yun family is actually deeply involved with the culprit who harmed the master. They also want to become close friends with you. It seems that they are destined to become enemies. Luck value plus 800. Here the system prompts. Yunlai couldn't help but frown. Su Chen finally found Old Man Sha, and believed what Old Man Sha said, he would target the Yun family. In this way, it will definitely not be possible to gain the positive emotions of the Son of Luck. Then brush off the negative emotions. Ding. Su Chen is very conflicted and entangled. You should have nothing to do with the master's misfortune and participate in the interception and killing. This is an indiscriminate killing of innocent people. Your luck value is plus 759. Yunli was shocked. Why did Su Chen know that Feng Ziyu was getting married so quickly and wanted to escort Feng Ziyu to Fufeng City? Su Chen must be having a secret conversation with someone now. After entering the room, Yunli walked slowly to the bedroom, took out a change of clothes from the closet, closed the closet door, and heard the system prompt again. Ding. Su Chen is determined to participate in the wind-rolling clouds operation. If the marriage is not destroyed, once the Yun family colludes with the Feng clan royal family, their strength will be greatly increased. Daxia will be completely controlled by the powerful families, and there will never be true peace in the future. I'm very sorry that I have to sacrifice you. Luck value plus 1200. Yunli stood in front of the closet and waited for a long time. No system prompts were heard. Can't help but feel a little disappointed. It would be great if we could know who Su Chen met and had secret conversations with. It seems that there is a mole among the senior officials of the Daxia Federation who participated in the negotiations with the Wind Clan. It is also very likely that he is the mastermind behind the cold operation team of the Secret Service Operations Department. It's 9:30 in the morning. Yunli, wearing a suit and leather tie, attended the negotiation. In front of the senior officials of Daxia Federation. Yunli will never show off his sharp edge. Completely used as decoration. Let the richest father and the shady old sister negotiate. The person of the Wind clan who is solely responsible for the negotiations is Feng Xin. With this sanctimonious traitor of the Wind clan, the so-called negotiations are just an act. Show it to the senior officials of the Daxia Federal Council. It was also performed for all the forces that were hostile to the Yun family. At noon, adjourned, the senior officials of the Daxia Federal Conference were very satisfied. The negotiations finally achieved a major breakthrough. After all, the head of the Yun family, Yun Shang, was still a smart man. He made concessions with the overall situation in mind and agreed to marry the Feng clan. Yun Lai accompanied the Feng clan's eldest princess to Fufeng City to complete the marriage. Once the Wind clan reconciles with Daxia and allows Daxia to fully invest, it will not only bring hundreds of billions of profits to Daxia, but also have political achievements that will be recorded in the annals of history. That will really leave a mark in history. Yunli is assisted by the system's disguised mind-reading ability. The top federal officials who attended the negotiations had mixed praise and criticism for themselves. Those who appreciate them are basically those who are attached to the Yun family, or have a deep interest relationship with the Yun family. As for those people who slandered, some were secretly supported by other wealthy families, while others hated all wealthy families and wanted to gradually weaken the influence of wealthy families on Daxia and eventually take back power. Princess Feng clan gets married. These slanderous people are very conflicted. Thinking about profit again. He didn't want the Yun family's influence to expand further. But no one intended to intercept them along the way. Maybe he is very scheming. Maybe it's just a spokesperson on the table. Anyway, only relying on the system's disguised mind-reading ability, the mastermind behind the scenes was not discovered. Since no useful information was gained and the negotiation ended, Yunli said hello to his father and sister and left the Daxia Federal Parliament building. By sitting in on negotiations in the morning. About Daxia's investment in Wind clan. Such a big piece of cake. We definitely can't let the Yun family take it all to themselves. The Daxia Federation and other powerful families will definitely fight openly and secretly. Not even 10 days and a half. Don't think about the negotiation ending. Waiting to set off to escort Feng Ziyu back to the Feng clan. It will be about a month later. There is still plenty of time. Then you have to make all preparations. As soon as Yun Lai got in the car, he took out his mobile phone from his pocket and called Zhang Rong, who was staying at Yayuan. Soon, the call is connected. How are Princess Feng and Miss Yi doing? They seem to be playing backgammon. Playing backgammon? Who asked whom? Princess Feng is looking for Miss Yi. No. After hanging up the phone, Yunli was relieved. No wonder he hadn't received any notifications from the two women from morning to now. It turned out to be a fight on the chessboard. Yi Renshuang's Go skills were really not as good as Feng Ziyu's, so she switched to backgammon, which made her play faster. A Tsunere, a competitive one. All attention is on the chessboard. He couldn't care less about his consort and fiancé. Master Yun, where are you going now? Yu Jingcheng turned around and asked. Yunli thought for a while. Since Feng Ziyu took the initiative to find Yi Renshuang, and Yi Renshuang was willing to play chess with Feng Ziyu, both women wanted to ease their relationship. Don't bother me at this time. The current accumulated luck value is 30,008. There is still 20,000 luck points left to exchange for the armor Black Lotus. He originally planned to cause a traffic accident and met Su Chen through Shu Wenfang, but he met Su Chen by chance in Jufang Hutong. This plan was scrapped. In particular, Su Chen has pointed his finger at the Yun family. Hitting the Yun family too coincidentally will make Su Chen, who is extremely emotional, go crazy and seek revenge at all costs. Without being 100% sure of killing Su Chen, there was no need for Su Chen to feel that he was deliberately targeting his women. Moreover, tapping one by one is too energy-consuming, too low-end, and even a bit bloody, and cannot continuously contribute luck value. So, start the high-end bureau directly. The highlight moment of fake heroine Xu Mengyao is coming. Jingcheng, go to Tianyan Entertainment. Yu Jingcheng immediately thought that the young master was going to find Fan Yuding. The purpose? Of course, it's for personal gain. Fan Yuding was in a bad mood today. Received the news. Feng Ziyu, the princess of the Feng clan, is getting married. The consort is Yun Lai. Having one leaf stained with frost is annoying enough. Now there is another Feng Ziyu. Finally, the relationship with Yun Lai has made great progress. Yun Li was suddenly recruited by the Feng clan as their consort. He also had to escort Feng Ziyu back. When can I come back from this trip? The key leaves are stained with frost and the wind is purple. Who will be Yun Lai's future wife? It would be better if it was still Yi Ranchuang. What if Feng Ziyu? The nearly century-old hatred between the Feng clan and Daxia will not be easily eliminated once Feng Ziyu becomes Yun Lai's head wife. I am absolutely not welcome. The ladies of the noble families started fighting. That's really murder without blood. Actually, a year ago, Yun Yan secretly wanted to bring herself and Yun Lai together. No matter what, I don't want to. Except Yun Li has a bad reputation. The fear of marrying into a wealthy family is also a major reason. But I never expected it. I was moved by Yun Lai's song, Question. After that, it was like being possessed. Whenever I have free time, all I can think about is Yun Lai. Especially this time I accompanied Yun Lai in a surprise attack on the Mito family's secret base. It's just a hug. When I returned to Daxia, I started thinking about it as soon as we parted ways at the airport. Except for sleeping, I thought about it almost all the time. My little friend, if you don't call me today, I'm going to find you. Fan Yuding murmured softly, picked up the coffee cup, and took a sip of the strong, bitter coffee. Fan Yuding put down her coffee cup, took a long breath, and opened the laptop in front of her. Another 10 minutes. An important client scheduled to meet at the cafe is coming. Work like crazy. When you're busy, you won't have random thoughts. Just when Fan Yuding was focusing on her work, Su Chen, dressed casually, strolled into the cafe. Su Chen looked at the table by the window. I saw a ray of warm autumn sunshine falling on Fan Yuding's left shoulder. At this moment, she seemed like an angel falling from heaven to earth. Based on intelligence provided by allies, Fan Yuding is the chairman of Tianyan Entertainment Group. The best friend and confidant of Yun Yan, the eldest daughter of the Yun family. If you want to conduct an in-depth investigation of the Yun family, Fan Yuding is the best breakthrough point. Fan Yuding, who is 26 years old, has never been in love before. She seems to be very cold and rejects people thousands of miles away, but she really longs for a true love in her heart. Allies suggested a beauty trap. Create a few chance encounters. Fan Yuding will definitely fall in love and be unable to extricate herself. In the end, he will make an unimaginable contribution to overthrowing the Yun family. I am still very confident in my appearance. Although it is not good to deceive Fan Yuding emotionally, in order to avenge her mentor and for the sake of future peace, what does personal gain and disgrace count? Taking a deep breath, Su Chen strode to the table where Fan Yuding was sitting, and sat down opposite her calmly and naturally. Fan Yuding saw a stranger sitting opposite and instinctively looked up. Su Chen showed a bright and sunny smile. Hello, I'm Su Chen. Are you Chen Shuiye introduced by Aunt Wang? Fan Yuding frowned. Went to the wrong table on a blind date. He looks pretty good. It's a pity that I have no idea. You can even admit the wrong person on a blind date. What a waste. Su Chen saw Fan Yuding frowning and her eyes were cold. There was no hint of love at first sight, and even a hint of disdain. Being stared at coldly by Fan Yuding, Su Chen felt unconfident about her appearance for the first time and wanted to look in the mirror to see if there was anything dirty on her face. Buzz. The cell phone on the table vibrated, ringing with an incoming call. When Fan Yuding saw the caller ID as Yun Li, she picked up her phone as fast as lightning and swiped the screen to connect the call. Hello, I'm in your office now. Wait for me, I'll be right back. Fan Yuding hung up the phone, closed her laptop, picked up her bag with her backhand, stuffed her cell phone and laptop into the bag, got up and ran out. Su Chen looked at the empty seat opposite. I couldn't help but feel extremely frustrated. When Fan Yuding saw her cold eyes, she didn't even say a perfunctory polite word to her. Isn't it handsome enough? Or maybe it's not Fan Yuding's type. Suddenly, Su Chen felt that the voice she just called Fan Yuding sounded a bit familiar, so she recalled it carefully. Yun Li. Su Chen clenched his fists involuntarily. Fan Yuding received Yun Lai's call and flew out of the cafe. She was definitely not a subordinate rushing to see her immediate boss. The title is obviously wrong. I'm afraid Fan Yuding is Yunlai's lover. I originally thought that Yunlai was full of talent and noble moral character. Now it seems, not necessarily. At the same time, office of the chairman of Tianyan Entertainment. Yunli, who was sitting in the chairman's swivel chair, suddenly heard a system prompt. Ding. Su Chen feels that I have been deceived by you. You have a fiancé, but you are still having an affair with Fan Yuding. You are really a gentle scum. Your luck value is +1200. Yunli was stunned for a moment. Understand immediately. Su Chen must have seen Fan Yuding just now. So angry. Of course, he was jealous that he had gotten there first and completely disrupted his plan. Chapter 71. Su Chen planned to create a series of chance encounters with the intention of attacking Fan Yuding. Yunlai was not surprised at all. Fortunately, on the way back to Daxia, my love brain tasted a little sweetness. If you foolishly refuse, I am afraid that Fan Yuding, who is extremely disappointed, will really fall in love with Su Chen. Now that Su Chen has taken action, then don't blame yourself for being rude. Wait for Fan Yuding to come back. The high-end round against Su Chen begins immediately. Waited for about 10 minutes. There was a rapid sound of high-heeled shoes hitting the ground outside the door. Soon, the office door was pushed open. It was Fan Yuding who ran in. Fan Yuding closed the door without forgetting to lock it, and threw her bag on the sofa. Wrapped in a gust of fragrance, she flew directly over the desk and into Yunlai's arms. From Fan Yuding's urgency, Yunlai deeply understood what, one day without seeing is like 3 autumns apart. Fan Yuding hooked her arms around Yunlai's neck, pressed her pink and white cheek against his chin, and said coquettishly, "If you don't call me before you come here, if I go on a business trip, your trip will be in vain." Yunlai embraces a body as delicate as fire and does not have any psychological baggage, so he is inevitably a little distracted. But this is the office of the chairman of Tianyan Entertainment. There are too many eyes watching out there. Moreover, there is also a very important high-end game for Fan Yuding to arrange. Yu Ting, let's talk about something serious first. Fan Yuding suddenly thought of Feng Ziyu. It is not unusual for a princess to get married. The strange thing is that Yunli was asked to escort him back to consummate the marriage. When Yun Yan informed the news, I just feel weird. Yunlai came here probably because of this matter. Worrying about the safety of your sweetheart. He quickly put away his flattery. He stood up and walked around the desk to sit opposite Yunlai. Yunlai took out his mobile phone from his pocket, clicked on the photo album, swiped the screen to see Xu Mengyao's photo, then put the phone on his desk and slid it to Fan Yuding. Fan Yuding picked up her phone and took a look. Just one glance. I can't help but feel a little bit tasteful in my heart. What a pretty girl. Yunlai took advantage of the fact that Fan Yuding and Yuan Shui were not affiliated with each other and had basically no intersection. He simply took the opportunity to talk about Xu Mengyao and also informed Su Chen. The girl in the photo is named Xu Mengyao, the school beauty of Imperial University of Communication. Send the most senior scout to find Xu Mengyao. Xu Mengyao must be allowed to join Tianyan Entertainment. Then invest the maximum resources to make her popular. I will also help Xu Mengyao write lyrics and compose an album to make her a pure and beautiful girl of Tianyan Entertainment. Fan Yuding felt sour. Yunlai is so interested in this Xu Mengyao. Could she be Yunlai's new love? Ding. Fan Yuding tried her best to suppress the jealousy in her heart, so as not to twist your phone into a twist. Are you too carefree? Luck value +713. Yunli heard the system prompt, which was really expected. It was strange that Fan Yuding wasn't jealous. Master Yun, who is she to you? Fan Yuding asked tentatively. Yunlai leaned back, looking up at the snow-white ceiling. Don't overthink it. Xu Mengyao is just the best green tea with 2 legs. Fan Yuding's jealousy dissipated instantly. 2 boats. The ultimate green tea again. Such a woman would never fall into Yunlai's eyes. I was slandering just now. I am really stupid myself. If Yunlai had a new love and wanted to support her, he would definitely not look for her. The Yun family has many financial channels. Master Yun, what's going on? Yunlai looked at Fan Yuding and asked without haste, did you meet anyone outside before? Someone who was suspicious or just a coincidence? Fan Yuding was slightly stunned. Suddenly I remembered the young man I had chatted with in the cafe. I received a call from a client in the morning and made an appointment to meet at a cafe on Yuan Road. Before the client came, a young man seemed to have gone to the wrong table on a blind date. At that time, I felt a little strange. Since it was a blind date, according to common sense, a blind date you have to take a look at the subject's photo first. It would be embarrassing if there was an own goal. But there are cases where both parties don't exchange photos. So I didn't take it seriously. Listening to what you said, there is something wrong with this young man. Yun Lai smiled and teased. He must be quite handsome, right? Are you not attracted by him? Fan Yuding was so angry that she smashed the phone over. Yunli, don't make such a joke. I'm not that kind of woman who is flirtatious. Yun Lai gently and deftly grabbed the smashed cell phone and said seriously, this young man's name is Su Chen. His purpose of deliberately approaching you is to make you fall into his carefully crafted love network. Fan Yuding was shocked and angry. Su Chen, did Qin Weiwei from Xingyu Entertainment provide convenience to this Su Chen? Yunli silently wrote it down. Let Xiao Luan's, Catching Wind and Shadow, investigate this line. If nothing big goes wrong, behind it should be the Sun family, another top family in Daxia. Okay, it would be too far to go any further. Su Chen is the enemy of the Yun family. After Yuan Shuiyi reported to me, I deliberately approached Xu Mengyao and used her love and vanity to hang her. Then, Xu Mengyao and Su Chen were arranged to meet, and the two quickly fell in love. But Xu Mengyao still dreams of marrying into the Yun family, and is still flirting with me. The reason why I want to praise Xu Mengyao is to make Xu Mengyao better, so that Su Chen will be more obsessed with her. Once Su Chen finally finds out that the woman he loves so much is so unbearable, it will definitely affect his mood seriously. Don't underestimate Su Chen, let alone try to trouble him privately. Your mission is just to make Xu Mengyao famous for me. Fan Yuding nodded. This is what Yun Lai said. If you still go to Su Chen to cause trouble, once something goes wrong, it will only make Yunli feel disgusted. I see. We will arrange for someone to contact Xu Mengyao later. By the way, since Su Chen already has evil intentions towards me, and asking Xu Mengyao to join Tianyan Entertainment immediately, wouldn't it be a warning? Yunli smiled. The purpose is to let Su Chen know that Xu Mengyao joined Tianyan Entertainment. Su Chen, who is very emotional, is definitely very anxious. Xu Mengyao will definitely be persuaded to quit. And Xu Mengyao, who loves vanity very much, suddenly has the opportunity to become famous. How can she give up so easily? The two will inevitably quarrel. Su Chen is very smart and will definitely guess that he is causing trouble. It just so happens that the best green tea is very sophistical. It would only make Su Chen feel that the pure and innocent Xu Mengyao was deceived. Of course she was reluctant to break up, and she must be very depressed and angry. He must be angry with himself. Thus, the continuous massive amount of luck value is contributed. Yu Ting, don't worry too much, remember that all you need to do is make Xu Mengyao famous. Fan Yuding stood up, walked around the desk, came to Yun Lai, sat on his lap, and put her hands around her neck. Seeing as how hard you work to help, shouldn't there be a small reward? I knew the occasion wasn't right. Just a small reward is enough. Yun Lai hugged Fan Yuding's waist without any pretense, and kissed the flaming red lips like a dragonfly. Fan Yuding seemed to be shocked. I originally thought this was the chairman's office. Yunli would have scruples. Just wanted to tease. I never expected to actually kiss him. Then you're welcome. Fan Yuding, who was so excited and overwhelmed with emotion, hooked Yunli's neck hard and gave a sweet kiss without hesitation. 10 minutes later, Fan Yuding reluctantly sent Yunli downstairs. Come back to the office. According to Yun Lai's instructions, senior scouts were immediately arranged to contact Xu Mengyao. Finished business. Thinking of the previous passionate kiss, Fan Yuding felt that the autumn sunshine was so warm, as if even the air she breathed had a hint of sweetness. Finally making great progress with Yun Lai, Fan Yuding couldn't restrain her excitement and picked up the mobile phone on her desk to call Yun Yan. Waited for a while. The call is connected. Sister, what are you doing? Sister, oh, you finally coaxed my brother into your bed. No, Yunli came to the group to find me earlier, and I kissed him in the office. You are so happy with just one kiss. You are really hopeless. If there are no big changes, in more than 20 days, Audie will send Feng Ziyu back. Hurry up, if you can be pregnant with Addie's flesh and blood, you are my aunt, I will honor you as an ancestor. Okay, look at me. Call ended. Fan Yuding's cheeks were crimson and her earlobes were hot. It's not like Union has never been in love before. A woman like her who only cares about interests. I simply cannot realize that love is really the soul of a woman. The thought of being pregnant with Yunlai's flesh and blood. Apart from being shy, really looking forward to it. Have Yunlai's love. There is another crystallization of love. There will be no regrets in this life. After lunch, Yi Ranshuang and Feng Ziyu played backgammon for a while. There is victory and defeat for each other. The sun is exceptionally bright today. The two girls took a stroll in the small backyard garden to relax. The small garden of Yayuan is not small, except for the pavilions. There is also an elegant pond, tossing and turning all night. Feng Ziyu finally calmed down completely, so she took the initiative to find Yi Ranshuang early in the morning. He is a victim of political marriage. And Yi Ranshuang is even more innocent. A good engagement was ruined. But there is no need to be so tense with each other. Based on my understanding of Yunlai's lust, even if he became the consort of the Wind clan, he would definitely not let go of the fairy-like Yi Ranshuang. After a night, Yi Ranshuang's extremely fluctuating emotions calmed down. After thinking about it calmly, she really couldn't blame Feng Ziyu. Although she was the princess of the Feng clan, she still couldn't control her own destiny. In the face of huge political and economic interests. Like duckweed without roots, when a gust of wind blows, it is very pitifully scattered in all directions. Take a stroll along the pond. The two women had a tacit understanding and didn't mention Yunlai at all. Talk to each other about the customs of Daxia and the Feng clan. Talking and talking. I don't know when the topic turned to martial arts practice. Ranshuang, you have awakened the 3 spiritual roots a long time ago. Why haven't you practiced yet? Feng Ziyu was very surprised. Yi Ranshuang sighed quietly. I don't like fighting and killing by nature. I originally thought that with the protection of my family in this life, I would stay away from right and wrong. But later I realized that having martial arts to protect yourself is a good thing after all. It's never too late to catch up. I can now draw qi into my body. Feng Ziyu knew from Yi Ranshuang's hesitation and shyness that it must have been because Yunlai snatched her away from Beeching Academy in public that she made up her mind to practice. Then how many spiritual apertures have you opened? Yi Ranshuang replied proudly. The first time I introduced qi into my body, I successfully opened 201 spiritual orifices. Then every time I absorbed the spiritual energy between heaven and earth, I would open 1 to 2 more spiritual orifices. At this rate, when I follow Yunlai the engagement competition. Jingju said Yunli, what kind of engagement competition is there? Stop hastily. He couldn't help but glance at Feng Ziyu beside him. Feng Ziyu also suddenly thought that recruiting Yunli as the consort of the Feng clan would be tantamount to robbing Yi Ranshuang of her fiancé. The two women couldn't help but feel embarrassed. There was a moment of silence. But there is no use in escaping. In the days to come, Yunlai cannot be avoided no matter what. Another moment passed. Feng Ziyu and Yi Ranshuang spoke at the same time. Yunli, the two women were amused by this coincidence. Feng Ziyu felt that she had been deceived by Yunlai, and she couldn't bear to see Yi Ranshuang being deceived as well. Ranshuang, the engagement competition you mentioned isn't a competition between you and Yunlai, and whoever wins will have to decide, right? Yi Ranshuang nodded and shook his head. I was bored for a long time. Then he informed in a low voice. It's just, there was one time when Yunlai bullied me severely, and I came up with a solution in a hurry. Maybe Yunlai fell into my provocation at that time, and agreed to a marriage contest in 3 months. But Yunlai will never be able to awaken his spiritual roots. I have already awakened the 3 spiritual roots. If there is a competition, he will definitely lose. But now, Feng Ziyu understood. Yi Ranshuang has really been deceived by Yunlai. Why can't you awaken your spiritual roots throughout your life? Not only has his spiritual roots been awakened long ago, his current cultivation level is that of a 4th grade warrior. Even if Yi Ranshuang awakens the spiritual roots of the 3rd system, and no matter how talented she is, she will not be able to defeat Yunlai, a 4th level warrior, in 3 months. Ranshuang, Since Yunlai has not awakened his spiritual roots and is born with weak bones, and he is the future head of the Yun family, I am a 5th-level warrior myself. With such a good hostage in hand, I also have the style of a 7th-level warrior of my clan. Tuo was accompanying him. Do you know why he was captured instead of being kidnapped? Yi Ranshuang was actually quite curious about the whole process of Yunli's kidnapping. Before she had time to ask, it was either this or that. When you see Feng Ziyu who has become a prisoner, it will be even harder to ask. Once you ask, what is the difference between asking and exposing someone's scars? However, since Feng Ziyu took the initiative to talk about it, there seemed to be a hidden secret, so it was time to ask. Could it be that the Yun family's martial arts masters are very, very powerful? Feng Ziyu stopped and turned to look at Yi Ranshuang. That's one of the reasons. The most important thing is that the intelligence about Yunli was extremely wrong. In addition, Yunli used lip syncing at the concert to defile himself. He really had no defense against the despicable and shameless playboy. You should be stopped by a 7th-grade warrior from the Yun family. Yunli made a sudden sneak attack and counterattacked me in an instant. In the past few days, I have been recalling the scene from time to time. I estimate that Yunlai's true strength is already at the level of Blood Sea. Yi Ranshuang was shocked. Yunlai has not only awakened his spiritual roots. He also has the strength of a 5th-grade warrior. But almost half a month ago, Yunli was in the hotel room, intending to do harm to himself. He struggled desperately, and he couldn't even hug him. It shouldn't be a disguise. You can all feel that Yunlai really wants to do something bad. But Feng Ziyu looked serious, and it didn't seem like he was telling lies. What exactly is going on? Seeing Yi Ranshuang's confusion, Feng Ziyu knew that Yunlai was good at disguising and deceived Yi Ranshuang. Ranshuang, since you have been able to draw qi into your body, you should also know qi jin. Once a 5th-grade warrior is attacked, he will instinctively release qi jin to protect his body. You are Yunlai's fiancé, and your cultivation is only that of a 1st-class warrior. Yunlai must not have the slightest defense against you. It's very simple to know whether what I say is true or false. When Yunlai is not prepared, use a needle or a sharp hairpin to prick his back hard. The energy of a 5th-grade warrior is passively triggered, and needles or hairpins will be knocked away. The leaves are stained with frost and I can't bear it. But I really want to know whether what Feng Ziyu said is true or false. Besides, it was just a stab in the back. Even if Feng Ziyu deceives, it will not cause any harm to Yunlai. Good. When Yunlai comes, I will find a chance to give it a try. When Feng Ziyu saw that Yi Ranshuang believed in her, she immediately felt that the estrangement had been eliminated a lot. Maybe it was all because of the poor man. Ranshuang, how old are you this year? I'm 19, what about you? Yi Ranshuang felt that Feng Ziyu was not difficult to get along with and didn't have the arrogance of a princess. Feng Ziyu smiled and said, I'm 19 too, and my birthday is on the 8th day of July. My birthday is March 16th, so I'm several months older than you. Yi Ranshuang also had a smile on her face. Feng Ziyu suddenly heard, then I'm older than you. She subconsciously glanced at Yi Ranshuang's plump figure, which she envied, and instinctively turned around to look at the rippling pond. Yi Ranshuang suddenly thought of what Yunlai said last night, saying that she didn't want her future baby to have a nanny. While proudly puffing up her chest, she felt that Yunlai could really hurt others sometimes. Princess, hear the cry. Feng Ziyu and Yi Ranshuang looked at the sound together. I saw Feng Yakin running quickly. Ziyu, please take your time to chat. I didn't get a good rest last night. I'm going to catch up on some sleep first. Yi Ranshuang avoided knowingly. Feng Ziyu nodded. Feng Yakin ran to Feng Ziyu, held her hand excitedly, and said happily, Princess, the negotiation went very well. Yunli agreed to escort the princess back to get married. I just thought, with the princess's knowledge, wisdom and beauty, I will marry Yunli. Lie, how can Yunlai not agree? Feng Ziyu sighed secretly. Feng Yakin is brainless. There was no danger at all. Yunli agrees. This treacherous villain is probably preparing to be used as bait again. But I have to admit it. His courage is truly unparalleled. Princess, when I came here, I bought milk tea by the way. This is the first cup of milk tea since we reunited. Feng Yakin took Feng Ziyu to the rest chair by the pond. After sitting down, She took out 2 cups from the food bag. Milk tea. Here, this is the princess's favorite perfume, jasmine chushui milk tea. Feng Ziyu took the milk tea from Feng Yakin. When Feng Yakin poked the milk tea seal with a straw and smelled a hint of the fresh fragrance of papaya, she blurted out, "Yakin, what's the flavor of your cup?" "My cup is rich papaya early summer milk tea," Feng Yakin replied. Feng Ziyu suddenly thought of the explanation in the medical book that papaya had a certain effect on breast enlargement. She secretly pushed the milk tea in her hand to Feng Yakin, and then took her rich papaya early summer milk tea. "Princess, I want to change my taste. Does this cup of rich papaya early summer milk tea taste good?" "It's not bad. Tell me quickly what was discussed in the negotiations," Feng Yakin said. "Oh," and was about to collect her thoughts when she suddenly saw the princess drinking milk tea. The visible half of her cheeks gradually turned bright red. Yun Lai was on his way back to Yaoyuan. Received more than 1,000 luck points jointly contributed by Yi Ranshuang and Feng Ziyu. Disguised mind reading through the system. I know they don't play backgammon anymore. Talking behind one's back does not count. The 2 women actually conspired to kill their husbands. All right, another opportunity to brush up on luck. That is something you must not let go of. At the current growth rate of luck value. Probably the day after tomorrow at the latest. The luck points you earn can be exchanged for the armor Black Lotus. Half an hour later, the motorcade drove into the Yaoyuan parking lot. Yun Lai got out of the car and was about to go to the backyard when Yu Jingcheng quickly came to his side and listened to his report in a low voice. "Master Yun, we received news that around 4:15 this morning, the A7 supply station in the Yangwang Continent Security Zone in Yijiang was attacked by unidentified warriors. The A7 supply depot was completely destroyed, and dozens of people were killed or injured, most of whom were ordinary employees of the supply depot. This must be revenge and anger of the Mito family." Yun Lai frowned. The little devil is so evil. The capture of 2 4th-level beast-turned warriors and a large amount of experimental data are already conclusive evidence. The Mito family had to relent. It has been almost 3 years since the last large-scale conflict between Daxia and Fuzang suffered heavy losses. He has long been plotting revenge. Taking advantage of the attack on the supply station in the Yangwang Continent Warning Zone in Togami County, the Mito family found someone to post on Fuso's largest warrior forum. Concealing the truth of the matter and spreading the news that Daxia warriors destroyed the supply station in the Yangwang Continent Warning Zone in Togami County. Inciting other Fuzang warriors to attack the supply depot in Yangwang Continent of Great Sha. As long as Daxia suffers losses, it can be regarded as a sigh of relief. It is difficult to hold the Mito family responsible for this. The warriors of Daxia are full of blood. The A7 supply station in the Yangwang Continent Warning Zone in Yijiang was attacked by unknown warriors. Combined with the inciting posts on the Fuso Warrior Forum, you can tell who did it with just your toes. Thus, there will be an unofficial conflict between Daxia and Fuzang in the Yangwang Warning Zone. As for the scale of the conflict, God knows. Originally, I wanted to go to the Yangwang Warning Zone of Fuso Togami County to hunt down the little devils. Now that Daxia has started a war with Fuzang folk warriors, then you must participate. Master Yun, the A7 supply station in the Yangwang Warning Zone in Yijiang was attacked. With so many people killed and injured, a conflict is bound to be inevitable according to the usual practice. Can Cao Ming and Yu Jingcheng felt that the opportunity was rare, and took advantage of this opportunity. The Fuso warrior can counterattack and hunt ferocious beasts, which can greatly improve his cultivation level. Yun Lai glanced at Yu Jingcheng, who was full of expectation. "Go ahead. You guys should rush there tonight. Remember, if you lose, don't say you are from my Yun family." Yu Jingcheng was overjoyed. Even if he dies in battle, he will never bring shame to Daxia or the Yun family. Yunli made up his mind. Let the 4 losers go first. Don't keep company with anyone. That way, you won't be afraid that the secret of practicing the supreme evil skill, devil flame burning the sky, will be exposed. However, every time there is a conflict between Daxia and Fuzang, whether it is official or private, it will eventually attract 6th grade warriors or even 7th grade warriors to join the battle. To be on the safe side, wait until the armor Black Lotus appears before going over. Yi Ranshuang, Feng Ziyu and Fan Yuding, 2 girls and 1 royal sister are so awesome. Together they contributed 12,600 luck points in less than 1 day. And Su Chen, he also contributed nearly 4,000. By earning just over 10,000 more luck points, I can collect 50,000 and successfully exchange the armor Black Lotus. Since coming back, I haven't met Feng Ziyu yet. This time is the reunion of the princess and the prince-in-law. No matter what, I have to collect thousands of wool. Yunli entered Yaoyuan. Zhang Rong, who was left behind to deliver the news, came forward. Master Yun, Miss Yi has gone back to the house to rest. Princess Feng is having a secret conversation in the small garden in the backyard with the maid sent by the Feng clan to visit. Zhang Rong reported. Yun Lai nodded. Okay, go down and rest. Yu Jingcheng, Cao Ming, and Zhang Rong all bowed their heads and saluted, then turned around and left quickly. If they go to Yizhang Yanwang warning zone again, they will definitely kill everyone. Feng Ziyu listened to Feng Yaqin detail the morning negotiations. When he learned that Yun Shang, the head of the Yun family, had agreed to let Yun Lai accompany him back to Fufeng City to get married. Probably got it. The cunning Yunli must be preparing to act as bait again. But the various forces that intercepted him midway would never show mercy. Yun Lai is at most the strength of a 5th-grade warrior. Where did you get the courage? Besides, I want to protect myself and Yun Lai. Yunyuan must take action. Yunyuan is the head coach of Daxia Haiyan Army. He left like this. This is equivalent to indirectly relieving the pressure on the Thunder Clan to guard the Red Moon Canyon. Never expected that it would be rescued in such a way. But it's only temporary. Princess, Daxia is planning to build a hydropower station in our country of Yan. If the hydropower station is completed, will every household no longer need candles? At night, Fufeng City will be as brightly lit as the imperial capital. Feng Yaqin said excitedly. Feng Ziyu let out a long sigh. Among the 5 major tribes of the Yanwang continent, even the most enlightened electric tribe only accepts the scientific and technological achievements of modern civilization in agriculture and some extremely scarce necessities. But that's all. The electronic people who were originally the poorest have become the richest. Why not just accept it all? In addition to the blood feud for nearly 100 years, the people were extremely repelled. There are also the royal families of the 5 major clans in order to maintain their rule. Once modern civilization is fully accepted, as time goes by, the people's wisdom will gradually awaken, and they will definitely not be willing to be oppressed by the royal family. Various factors add up. It is absolutely impossible for the Wind Clan to fully accept Daxia's investment. Dumping various daily commodities that Yan State cannot produce and investing in various infrastructure construction are already very huge concessions. Concession is actually progress of civilization. It's really not a bad thing for Wind Clan and Daxia to coexist peacefully. Princess, the consort is here. Feng Yaqin reminded in a low voice with a smile. Feng Ziyu calmly picked up the empty milk teacup that had been consumed long ago, put it into the food bag, and then stuffed it into Feng Yaqin. Yaqin, that's it for today. Go back and say thank you to Da Sikong Fengxin for me. Thank you for your hard work. Feng Yaqin knew not to litter, so she picked up the food bag, nodded, got up and walked outside the courtyard. When he came to Yun Lai, stop, salute according to Wind Clan etiquette. My servant Feng Yaqin has seen the consort. Consort Yun, can you sing, Angel Wings, to us while you escort the princess back? Feng Ziyu was ashamed and angry. She really spoiled Feng Yaqin too much. My face was totally ruined by this little fangirl. Yun Lai said with a smile, Daxia is a civilized society. Don't call yourself a slave. Just treat me as your elder brother. I will give you a Walkman. You can listen to whatever you want. Feng Yaqin's face darkened immediately, she pouted, saluted again, and quickly walked out of the small garden. Ding! Feng Yaqin thinks your consort is really stingy, so why don't you sing once to fulfill her little wish and your luck value will be plus 513. The system prompts. Yunli secretly rejoiced. He and Feng Yaqin are no longer strangers. Finally, I can contribute a lot of luck value. Feng Ziyu heard Yun Lai say, Walkman, and an idea flashed in her mind. She would deliberately talk about the dangers of the return trip later, and Yun Lai would probably show off in front of her. Then record it in MP4. In case Yi Ranchuang failed to test Yun Lai's energy, or was confused by Yun Lai's clever words, he would have the recorded conversation as evidence. Yi Renshuang must believe that she has been deceived by Yun Lai. As soon as she thought of it, Feng Ziyu pretended not to want to see Yun Lai, turned to face the pond, and secretly took out her MP4 from her pocket. When Yun Lai came behind him, Feng Ziyu stuffed the MP4 that had started recording into her pocket, not believing that this time the true face of Yun Lai, a big liar, could not be revealed. Ding! Feng Ziyu is very excited. She wants to use MP4 to record her conversation with you so that Yi Renshuang will know that she has been deceived by her fiancé. Her luck value will be plus 666. Yunli heard the system prompt. Quite surprised. But I just talked to Feng Yuqin about the Walkman. Feng Ziyu immediately thought of phoning in her own words, and then recorded them on MP4. What if it gets leaked? The little naughty boy also started to learn bad things. In this case, let Her Royal Highness have some fun first. I know you hate me very much, but I believe that with your intelligence, you will be able to see through the murderous intention hidden in the princess marrying off. I will protect you as I escort you back. To tell you the truth, I already have the cultivation of a 5th-grade warrior, and I am not an ordinary 5th-grade warrior. I can kill a 5th-grade beast-turned-warrior by myself. Quote. Feng Ziyu suddenly turned back to look at Yun Lai. The Mito family wanted to show off their strength. He once allowed himself to witness a battle between a 5th-grade beast-turned-warrior and a 6th-grade warrior who had awakened a single spiritual root. The 5th-level beast-turned-warrior easily won. Yun Lai was able to kill a 5th-grade beast-turned-warrior by himself, which was truly remarkable. He had nothing to complain about when he countered, and he was convinced of his defeat. Ding! Feng Ziyu has a new understanding of you. Your martial arts talent is really very rare, and your luck value is plus 536. The system prompted. Yun Lai knew in his heart that it was time for Feng Ziyu to contribute 999 luck points again to show evidence to Yi Renshuang. Renshuang is not only engaged to me, but she is also the girl I have liked since I was a child. It is normal for me to visit her. You should not listen to Qianjin in the middle of the night. Okay, I'm leaving. You should also adjust your mentality. We must be in the same boat for a long period of time in the future. Feng Ziyu felt happy. Yunli never expected that he would be so smart and use MP4 to record what he said. Now the evidence that Yun Lai deceived Yi Renshuang was obtained. But you have to pretend. Then, a heavy snort. There was inevitably a little bit of pride in the hum. He has been deceived and played by Yun Lai. This time I can finally fight back hard. Yunli left the small garden in the backyard and went straight into the east wing. Based on the understanding of leaves stained with frost. How can she sleep now? All I want to do is verify the authenticity. Mostly he was debating whether to call himself or not. If the phone call seems too deliberate. Waiting without calling is another heart-wrenching torment. Ding! Yi Renshuang decided to use a hairpin instead of a needle to sting you. She couldn't bear to let it go. Even though you lied to her, she had already awakened her spiritual roots but kept it secret. She probably wanted to give her a surprise and wouldn't blame you. Good luck. Value plus 658. Hearing the system prompts, Yunli only felt that when a woman falls in love with you, everything you do is right. If a woman doesn't love you, no matter how much you give, it will be in vain. The sunshine is really nice today. Yunli wanted to soak in the sun more, so he took out his mobile phone and called Yi Renshuang. Answered in seconds. Yunli, are you back? Well, come on out. I'm outside. The weather is nice. Please move around more. Good. This time Yunli waited for a long time before Yi Renshuang came to him slowly and with a hint of shyness. Yun Lai held Yi Renshuang's shoulders and frowned. Renshuang, I went to the Federal Congress building this morning and attended the negotiations. How is the recording of the songs for the new album going? Yi Renshuang is not interested in any negotiations. Feng Ziyu's marriage to Yun Lai involves too many interests and no one can stop it. Now she just wants to confirm whether Yun Lai has already married. Awaken spiritual roots. It's a long way from Daxia to Fufeng City of the Wind Clan. The Yan state founded by the Feng clan was still in feudal civilization. It would be okay if Yun Lai awakened his spiritual roots. It's really painful to travel a long distance without awakening your spiritual roots. What's more important is that the eldest princess of the Feng clan marries the young master of the Yun family, which will inevitably arouse the jealousy of some powerful people. Let's be immersed in it. Yi Ranchuang is somewhat aware of the intrigues, and Yun Lai's message to Feng Ziyu will never be smooth sailing. If Yun Lai really awakened his spiritual roots and had the cultivation of a fourth-grade warrior, he would have some ability to protect himself. Yun Li had long expected that Yi Ranchuang would ask. Xiaonizi really regards music as her future career. The songs included in the first album were too messy. The new album focuses on emotional songs. In addition to inspiration, creation also requires a good mood. But because of such a big incident suddenly, I only composed one song. Yi Ranchuang admired Yun Li's musical talent very much and couldn't wait to ask, "Do you know if I have the honor to be the first listener of your new song?" Yun Lai only felt that Yi Ranchuang's little mouth was so sweet. He is really good at talking. Look left and right. He pulled her to sit on the edge of the flower bed in front of the wing. Yi Ranchuang was well prepared and took the opportunity to smooth the hem of her skirt to hold the small and delicate hairpin in her hand. It is already late autumn. Yun Li was wearing a suit and leather shoes. Even if he stabbed hard with a hairpin in his hand, it would not cause any harm. At most, it would only make him feel pain. But if Yun Lai awakens his spiritual roots, as Feng Ziyu said, he will be unprepared at all, and if he stabs him hard, the protective energy will be triggered and the hairpin will fly away. Is it true or false? We'll find out soon. Before Yun Lai's soul passed through, he was still in college. Because he was quite outgoing by nature, he joined several clubs. Among them is the music club. So very familiar with the songs. He already had good singing skills, but after he awakened his spiritual roots, he was able to use his energy as he wished, and his control over the vocal range was extremely proficient. Cough lightly to moisten your throat. Start singing. When you walk into this place of joy, carry all the dreams and fantasies on your back. All kinds of makeup on all kinds of faces. No one remembers what you look like. After just listening to a few words, Yi Ranchuang was quickly immersed in the magnetic and meaningful singing. 1 cup for the morning sun, 1 cup for the moonlight. Awakening my yearning, softening the cold window. So you can fly against the wind without looking back. Don't be afraid of rain in your heart and frost in your eyes. Yi Ranchuang's eyes gradually became hazy. Yun Lai's unparalleled voice. And the very meaningful lyrics moved me deeply. As for taking advantage of Yun Lai's unpreparedness, he poked it with a hairpin to see if it would trigger his chi energy. Forget. Completely forgotten about it. Sing a song. Ding. The positive emotion from Yi Ranchuang, Yun Li. Yun Li. Yun Li. The luck value plus 999. Without the need for system prompts, Yun Li also knew that the wonderful person next to him was once again deeply intoxicated by the singing. The song is not sung in vain. You have to ask for some reward no matter what. Yun Lai took Yi Ranchuang into his arms, stretched out his hands to tuck her silky hair behind her ears, ran his fingers down her smooth cheeks as if carved from white jade, and finally gently lifted her round chin. Yi Ranchuang felt as if a naughty deer had broken into her heart and was running around. She didn't dare to look at Yun Lai and closed her eyes shyly. When Yun Lai kissed Yi Ranchuang's moist red lips, even Yi Ranchuang didn't know that the hairpin held in his right hand had quietly slipped to the ground. Bedroom in the west wing of the backyard. Feng Ziyu sat at the small round table, facing the outer hall, waiting for Yi Ranchuang to come over and accuse Yun Lai of being a big liar. This wait, isn't it too long? The afterglow of the setting sun can already be seen outside the window. I felt very uncomfortable. Yun Lai's big-haired boy covets the fairy-like Yi Ranchuang. As soon as we met, it is inevitable that you will be careless. Yi Ranchuang has long been confused by Yun Lai. Of course, it's half-assed. You really have no shame at all. Just when Feng Ziyu was really impatient with waiting, she was ready to go find Yi Ranchuang. At this time, I heard familiar footsteps outside. Yi Ranchuang is finally here. When she saw Yi Ranchuang, Feng Ziyu stood up excitedly and hurried over to meet her, pulling her to sit on a small round stool. Dian Shuang, how was the test? Yi Ranchuang was coy for a while, then replied in a nonchalant way, Yun Li composed another new song. I was so fascinated by the song, and there was never a suitable opportunity, so I didn't test it. Ranchuang, Don't you want to know if Yunlai is lying to you at all? Feng Ziyu really hated Yi Renshuang. Every time Yi Renshuang and Yunlai are intimate, her love for him will grow even more, knowing that they will never be separated again in this life. Even if Yunlai deceived me, it was a well-intentioned deception. He just wanted to trick me into changing my mind. If Yunlai really awakens his spiritual roots and has the cultivation of a 4th-grade warrior, I will be very happy. Ziyu, you are really prejudiced against Yunlai. In fact, Yunlai is really sunny at heart, and he is very motivated now. Feng Ziyu is depressed. I feel really stupid too. Yi Renshuang is Yunlai's fiancé. And he had to prepare to marry Yunlai. It can be said that he is Yi Renshuang's love rival. Yi Renshuang's last words had a profound meaning. They were a warning not to instigate others and not to give up no matter what. Yunlai is really hateful, definitely not as good as Yi Renshuang said. Renshuang, I just don't want you to be deceived. No matter what you think, I have collected evidence that Yunlai deceived you. Yi Renshuang actually wanted to know whether Yunlai had awakened his spiritual roots, and was also curious about what evidence Feng Ziyu had collected. Seeing Feng Ziyu take out the MP4 from his pocket, he suddenly understood that Yunlai came to Yaoyuan to find Feng Ziyu first, and then to find himself. Not married yet, the consort Yun was partial to the eldest princess. Snort. Feng Ziyu pressed play. Princess, with all due respect, you should also know that this marriage between us is just a transaction of politics and interests. Renshuang and I have made a marriage contract since we were young. Once we safely escort the princess back to Fufeng City, I will refuse the marriage to your father in person. Yi Renshuang was so shocked that she covered her mouth with her hands, and tears of emotion burst out of her eyes. Yunlai actually wanted to terminate his engagement with Feng Ziyu for his own sake. Emperor Reicheng of Yan State Fengji was so angry that he became ashamed. Yunli might lose his life. Feng Ziyu was shocked. Obviously Yunli didn't say this. Why is the MP4 recording completely different? Princess, what I love deeply is Renshuang. Please forgive me and make it happen. Oops, he was tricked by Yunlai again. Feng Ziyu came to her senses and was about to pick up her MP4 to see what was going on, but Yi Renshuang beat her to it. The tearful Yi Renshuang held the MP4 tightly. This was not only Yunlai's rejection of Feng Ziyu, but also Yunlai's most affectionate confession to himself, which was better than countless sweet words. I was originally afraid that Feng Ziyu was the princess of the Feng clan. No more fear now. Never give up even if your body is broken to pieces. Feng Ziyu, from now on, I, Yi Renshuang, will never back down. Yunlai is mine, he is mine. After saying that, Yi Renshuang choked and turned around and ran out. Feng Ziyu sat still, thinking about it carefully, and suddenly understood. I went back to the bedroom and played it several times to make sure there was no problem with the recording. Later, I went to the bathroom once. Because the MP4 was very important, it was inconvenient to hold, and the pocket was shallow. I was afraid of accidentally falling into the toilet, so I put it on the table. That bad guy Yunli must have secretly stolen it when I went to the bathroom. Sneak into the room and drop the MP4 package. But how did Yunli know that he could use MP4 to record? It was probably Yunli who saw him when he took out his MP4 by the pond. Yunli is as cunning as a fox. Guess there is a problem. This time he was not only tricked by Yunli. Yi Renshuang also misunderstood and disgusted her. Wrong. Very aggrieved. Ah. Feng Zi's tone made her heart feel sour, and she finally couldn't help it, and she lay on the small round table and cried loudly. I do not know how long it has been. Feng Ziyu heard footsteps again, sat up hurriedly, wiped away the tears on her face, and looked around. She couldn't help being shocked. It was Yi Renshuang who came in. Yi Renshuang strolled to Feng Ziyu's side. Ziyu, you were deceived, and so was I. If Yunlai said these words, even if you recorded them, you probably wouldn't tell them to me. This MP4 must have been switched to Yunlai. Feng Ziyu felt relieved. Yi Renshuang is really smart. He realized so quickly that Yunlai was secretly causing trouble. Then you're not angry. Yi Renshuang shook his head. Not angry. Since the MP4 was switched, it indirectly proves that Yunlai has awakened his spiritual roots. He is courageous, strategic, and astute. I am very happy. I'm not stupid. Yunli must have known that he would be exposed if he did this, but he deliberately said this to comfort me in disguise. Hearing Yi Ranshuang's words, Feng Ziyu was really depressed. No matter how bad Yunli is, Yi Ranshuang is determined to follow him for the rest of her life. This time, I felt like I was no longer a human being. My heart felt sour. I couldn't help crying again. Do you want to be bullied by Yunli like this forever? Bullied for life. Yunli was on his way back to the city. Sit in the car. I could hardly smile from ear to ear. Yi Ranshuang and Feng Ziyu are so awesome. Love yourself to death. Hate yourself so much that you hate yourself so much. I came over to meet them one by one in the afternoon, and the two girls actually teamed up to contribute nearly 8,000 luck points. There is still more than 2,000 left to exchange for the armor Black Lotus. The reason why MP4 was dropped. Let the smart Yi Ranshuang know that she has awakened her spiritual roots. Feng Ziyu always thinks about exposing herself. It's too tiring to hide it. Wait until the engagement competition to let Yi Ranshuang, who is mentally prepared, know. I'm afraid I won't be able to get much luck value either. Another reason is that Yi Ranshuang's awakening of the three spiritual roots has great potential, but it is difficult to improve quickly in the short term. The direction of the original plot has become confusing. We can no longer wait foolishly for Yi Ranshuang to get a chance after going to the secret realm. It is very necessary for Yi Ranshuang to become stronger as soon as possible. The second level of perfection of the supreme evil skill, Demon Flame Burning the Sky, is to be able to absorb the spiritual roots of others. Wait for the second level of perfection to be achieved. Try to see if you can transfer the absorbed spiritual roots. Let Yi Ranshuang also awaken the remaining gold and fire spiritual roots. If successful, it is equivalent to creating an 8th level warrior who has awakened the 5 spiritual roots and is very promising to advance to the true martial realm in the future. It doesn't matter if it fails. Then let Yi Ranshuang eat a few 5-element spirit fruits. The wool comes from the sheep. It will definitely be of great help to him if his wife becomes stronger. At least Yi Ranshuang no longer has to worry about her personal safety. Ding! Xu Mengyao is very excited. Tianyan Entertainment actually wants to package itself and become a new generation of diva in the music industry. This must be what you mean. Thank you very much. You are so good. Your luck value is plus 999. Suddenly hearing the system prompt, Yunli knew that Xu Mengyao must be at the headquarters of Tianyan Entertainment Group now, and Fan Yuding had frankly informed her of the purpose of looking for her. The best green tea repays the favor, and the contribution of 999 is not in vain for all the painstaking cultivation. Yunli secretly summoned the Tree of Spiritual Roots. The current real-time accumulated luck value is 48,955, 344,775. 1045 is still short of 50,000. Now Yi Ranshuang, Feng Ziyu and Fan Yuding are all in a period of extreme emotional instability, so it is normal for them to contribute their luck from time to time. In addition, Su Chen is very likely to find Xu Mengyao. Once he finds out that Xu Mengyao has joined Tianyan Entertainment and cannot be persuaded, he will definitely be very depressed and crazy, and he will definitely contribute a lot of luck. Today's exchange for the armor Black Lotus is almost certain. The luck value increased much faster than expected. While the civil conflict between Daxia and Fuzhang had not fully escalated, 6th grade or even 7th grade warriors had not yet intervened. You can rush to the Yizhang Yanwang continent warning zone first. While hunting the little devils to steadily increase your luck, you can test the armor Black Lotus, and then explore how to match the armor Black Lotus with Demon Flame Burning Sky. Before going, first we need to know how the conflict is progressing. He took out his mobile phone and logged into the most popular forum for warriors in Daxia, Junwu. Browse a few posts. Yunli was shocked to find that the Mito family was probably angry that the secret biochemical base was destroyed, and the industries they invested in Daxia were suppressed. The Wind clan was preparing to marry off the princess, and sent a large number of navy troops to pour dirty water on themselves in an incompetent and furious manner. Many IPs show that Fuso users are sarcastic. You have to admit that Yun Yuanjun is really powerful, but Yun Lijun is also extraordinary, and his love songs are so touching and pathos. In the future, under the leadership of Yun Lijun, the Yun family will definitely dominate the global entertainment industry. Single quote. My Akita dog was so excited that he barked all night when he heard Yun Lijun's song, "A Man Should Be Strong," and he was thinking about competing with Yun Lijun. Single quote. Then I'm sure that your Akita must be a female dog, and only a female dog would be so interested in Yun Lijun. Single quote. The Navy sent by the Mito family personally attacked the future head of the Yun family at the Daxia Junwoo Forum. The moderator did not delete the post or ban it. In Junwoo Forum, warriors are respected, you can scold them casually, but if you fight back, you will hit them back. But it is well known that the young master of the Yun family will never be able to awaken his spiritual roots. The navy of the Mito family took advantage of this huge flaw to abuse and humiliate him. The warriors on the forum were so angry that they could only change the topic and ask the Fuso warriors to go to the Yonwang Continent Warning Zone for a showdown. Browse a few more posts. It should be a real-time battle status post posted by the forum moderator at the supply station. As of now, the warriors who rushed to the Yonwang Continent Warning Zone in Yizhong in Daxia suffered 14 deaths and 32 injuries. On the Fuso side, 25 people were killed and 98 injured. The forum moderator specifically reminded that 5th-level warriors who have not awakened dual-system spiritual roots must not enter the Shuiyan Mountains east of the Yizhong A7 supply station. Takeda Kenjiro, a 5th-grade warrior who has awakened the spiritual roots of the 3rd system in Fuso Rookie, is gorilla in the Snow Goose Mountains. It has killed 7 warriors of the same level in Daxia and injured 11 others. He also called on Daxia's capable rookies to come and challenge. There is an unwritten rule in the conflict between Daxia and Fuzang civilian warriors. 6th-level warriors and above cannot brutally kill low-level warriors. Once discovered, they will become public enemies of both parties. However, low-level warriors who take the initiative to challenge are excluded. Seeing the name, Takeda Kenjiro, Yunli recalled the plot of the original work. He was Su Chen's stepping stone. In the warrior rookie competition between Daxia and Fuso, he was easily defeated by Su Chen. From then on, Su Chen won the admiration and respect of Daxia warriors. The Mito family's sailors scolded him harshly. The clay bodhisattva also has 3 parts of fire. Originally, he was going to the Yonwang Continent Warning Zone in Yizhong to hunt down the little Japs. Now that Kenjiro Takeda has appeared, and he escorted Feng Ziyu to Fufeng City, and sooner or later he would have to hide his spiritual roots. No more pretending. I'm showing off my cards. Take this Takeda Kenjiro to become famous. Go to the airport. After Yunli gave instructions to the driver, he thought about it. It was an extraordinary period and he couldn't play and suddenly disappeared. He had to say hello to the shady old lady. Then, call Union. Sister, I heard that the A7 supply station in the Yonwang Continent security zone in Yizhong was attacked. I'll go over there and have a look. I'll be back in a few days. Brother, I'm really convinced by you. Awakening your spiritual roots is like a wild horse running wild. Even these 3 beauties can't hold your heart. You must remember not to be like Yun Yuan no matter what. The future of the Yun family, I'm counting on you. I know, I have to sharpen my skills. Otherwise, when I escort Feng Ziyu back, how can I have the confidence to meet all the masters in the world? Okay, then I will ask Zhou Tianheng to accompany you. If you refuse, I will ask Zhou Tianheng to capture you. Yun Lai rolled his eyes, and understood that he was now in the center of the storm, and was heading to the dangerous Yonwang Continent Warning Zone. Without the protection of top experts, he couldn't leave the imperial capital. The big licking dog Zhou Tianheng has always wanted to please his brother-in-law. Just let him be on guard from a distance. Disobedient. There are ways to fix it. Okay, let's just tell Zhou Tianheng now and ask him to rush to the airport, and I'll go with him. That's right. Go early and come back early. Don't let sister worry. Su Chen made an appointment with Xu Mengyao to watch a movie at 8 o'clock in the evening. The movie has already started. Still haven't seen Xu Mengyao's figure. Called Xu Mengyao but didn't answer. No reply after sending message. This made Su Chen, who was waiting in the cinema lobby, as anxious as an ant on a hot pot. Could it be that there was an accident on the road? I had known earlier that I should have picked up Xu Mengyao. Just as Su Chen was about to leave the cinema and go to Imperial University of Communication. At this time, the mobile phone in Su Chen's hand vibrated and the ringtone rang. He looked at the caller ID and hurriedly connected the call. Su Chen, I'm so sorry. I was auditioning and was so busy that I didn't get around to calling you until now. Audition. Yeah, we'll be done in about half an hour. I haven't eaten until now. Just wait for me in the movie theater lobby. I'll go find you and you can take me to eat something delicious. Good. Call ended. Su Chen felt relieved. Xu Mengyao is a junior student at Didu University of Communication. She majors in broadcasting and hosting arts, and her electives are journalism and communication. With Xu Mengyao's pure and beautiful appearance and sweet and melodious voice, she would probably work as an anchor or host at a radio station or television station after graduation. Junior year, maybe I received a short notice to go to a certain unit for an interview. The interview went well and I have an audition soon. That's why I didn't call ahead. But even though he was so busy that he hadn't even eaten dinner yet. As soon as he was free, he immediately called to let him know, for fear of worrying himself. The biggest gain from coming to the imperial capital is meeting Xu Mengyao. Waiting to avenge my mentor. Overthrow the Yun family. Daxia signed a peace agreement with the 5 major tribes of Yanwang continent. If Xu Mengyao is willing, then take it with you to hide in the mountains and forests. If Xu Mengyao can't put down her career, then open a small shop and listen to her radio broadcasts in your spare time. Just hearing her sweet voice will always make you feel so happy. Almost an hour passed. Su Chen finally saw Xu Mengyao rushing into the cinema hall. Mengyao. Su Chen stood up and raised his hand high. Xu Mengyao quickly ran to Su Chen, held his arm affectionately, and said softly, I'm so hungry. What are you going to take me to eat? Probably because of the audition. Su Chen saw that Xu Mengyao was even more beautiful with makeup on and was so attached to him. The frustration of being ignored by Fan Yuding at noon was finally gone. The weather is getting colder day by day, would you like to eat hot pot? Okay, as long as you accompany me, I can eat anything. Xu Mengyao smiled sweetly. Su Chen is tall and handsome. Xu Mengyao is pure and sweet. Like a couple of gods and immortals. Leaving the cinema under the gaze of many envious and jealous eyes. I found a hot pot restaurant nearby. After sitting down, Su Chen very thoughtfully ordered the Yuanyang hot pot. All the dishes ordered were served. Su Chen is responsible for boiling the vegetables, and Xu Mengyao is responsible for eating them. Occasionally, their eyes would collide, and they would always smile at each other, their smiles full of tenderness and sweetness. Xu Mengyao was full. She took out a tissue from the tissue box on the table and carefully wiped the oil stains on her mouth. President Fan Yuding of Tianyan Entertainment made it clear that the group will allocate resources to support it. The controlling shareholder of Tianyan Entertainment is the Yun family. No need to guesswork. It must have been Yun Li's instruction. Perhaps Yun Li did this as a form of compensation. Actually, I also have self-awareness. After all, he met Yun Li through Lin Shangdong. Lin Shangdong is one of the 4 most evil young men in the imperial capital. Yun Li declined several times but refused to favor him. He guessed that he was a little disgusted. If he didn't take the initiative to find him, he didn't know when he would get a call or a message. In Yun Li's heart, he has no status at all. He will play it when he gets interested one day. After playing, he will be completely bored. But Su Chen was different. Love for yourself comes from the heart. But love cannot be eaten as food. There is no material basis. Love is just a castle built with sand on the beach. When a wave comes, it will be washed away without a trace. While Yun Li is still interested in her, she can earn more from him. Once she has earned enough, she will go ashore and spend the rest of her life with Su Chen wholeheartedly. Mengyao, where did you audition? Su Chen asked with concern. Xu Mengyao knew that Su Chen would ask. I didn't think about hiding it. Tianyan Entertainment Club is so full of praise that it can't be concealed. But I have to change my motivational rhetoric. Anyway, the audition is over. Su Chen couldn't verify the authenticity. I went to Tianyan Entertainment for an audition in the afternoon. There were hundreds of people. I stood out in the end. Am I awesome? Su Chen's heart skipped a beat when he heard Tianyan Entertainment. Fan Yuding deliberately approached at noon but was ignored. In the afternoon, Xu Mengyao went to Tianyan Entertainment to audition. Isn't this too much of a coincidence? Xu Mengyao held Su Chen's arm and leaned her head on his shoulder. Do you know, with so many people singing the same song, your baby received the highest overall score from all the judges. I'll sing a verse for you. It's not that I miss you because I'm lonely, it's just that I'm lonely because I miss you. When tears fall, all the scenery becomes silent. Because I love you, I am tolerant. Because I miss you so quickly, the moonlight steals my dreams gently, and I spend all my sleepless nights wondering if you are enough. Su Chen was extremely surprised. I never expected Xu Mengyao to sing so beautifully. She sang a cappella in her ears. It's as if an angel is pouring out his longing for himself. Does it sound good? Xu Mengyao asked softly. Su Chen suddenly thought of Yun Lai. Tianyan Entertainment is the property of the Yun family. The song sung by Xu Mengyao was mostly written and composed by Yun Lai. Yun Lai auditions female singers and is expected to create a singing queen for Tianyan Entertainment. But Yun Lai even hooked up with Fan Yuding, so he was definitely not a gentleman. He would probably get lustful when he saw Xu Mengyao. Then he thought of Yun Lai approaching Xu Mengyao in the name of work. For example, singing a love song duet. Xu Mengyao looked at Yun Lai affectionately because of the performance needs. A heart seemed to have been cut with a knife. Mengyao, this song is very nice. Who wrote the lyrics and composed the music? Yunli, the new superstar in the great Sha music scene, is really talented in music. Xu Mengyao didn't hide it, and she couldn't hide it at all. Su Chen smiled unnaturally. I really can't wait to start Operation Wind Rolling Clouds tomorrow. Kill this sentimental dandy Yun Lai. Seeing that Su Chen's expression was unnatural, Xu Mengyao felt quite frightened. She asked herself that she had rarely been with Yun Lai. The last time she knew that Su Chen was involved, she took the initiative to ask Yun Lai out. It's impossible for Su Chen to see it. Su Chen, what's wrong with you? Xu Mengyao asked anxiously. Su Chen couldn't hold back the worry and jealousy in his heart. He coughed dryly and said, Mengyao, don't go to Tianyan Entertainment. I know the executives of Xingyu Entertainment. If you really want to develop in the entertainment industry, I can introduce you to them. Xu Mengyao was relieved. It wasn't that Su Chen realized that his relationship with Yun Lai was unusual. But Su Chen was worried that Yun Lai would take a fancy to him if he joined Tianyan Entertainment. This jealousy is so childish and unreasonable. Even if Su Chen knew the executives of Xingyu Entertainment, it was unknown how much resources he would get if he joined Xingyu Entertainment. Tianyan Entertainment, under Yun Lai's instructions, devoted all its resources to support it. Why? Xu Mengyao understood Su Chen's mentality and immediately knew how to deal with it. Su Chen hesitated to speak. He couldn't say, I'm jealous, and to overthrow the Yun family, he must not let the simple and naive Xu Mengyao know that if he failed, she would be harmed. Xu Mengyao's lips trembled slightly. Her eyes as clear as autumn water were instantly covered with a light mist. She shrugged her nose heavily, stood up, picked up her bag and walked out. Mengyao. Su Chen hurriedly paid the bill as quickly as possible and strode out after him. He ran up behind Xu Mengyao who was running along the sidewalk and grabbed her. Xu Mengyao stopped walking down the slope and turned to face Su Chen with tears in her eyes. I finally stood out from the fierce competition of hundreds of people and won a precious opportunity, a stage where I can realize my dream. I happily tell you and share the happiness with you, but I didn't expect that you wouldn't support me at all. Although I love you very much, I also want to have my own career and my own space. You can't be considerate of me. When Su Chen saw Xu Mengyao crying so hard, he thought from his perspective and realized that he was indeed wrong. He could not arbitrarily block his sweetheart's career just because he was worried that Yun Lai had evil intentions towards Xu Mengyao. Love requires tolerance. Moreover, Yun Lai will not live long. In the near future, I have to accompany Princess Feng Clan, and I don't have time to harass Xu Mengyao. Mengyao, I'm sorry, it's my fault. Don't take it personally. I will definitely support you and support you to realize your dream. Su Chen hugged Xu Mengyao into his arms, but when he thought of the song his beloved woman sang, Yun Lai composes lyrics and music, and can never let go. Xu Mengyao was still sobbing intermittently, but a sly smile appeared at the corner of her mouth, indicating that she had passed the test safely. Yizhong Yangwang Continent Warning Zone Expressway. Yunli heard the system continue to prompt. I couldn't help but feel happy. Through disguised mind reading. As expected, Su Chen knew that Xu Mengyao would be very opposed to joining Tianyan Entertainment, but the best green tea can actually disguise and is very good at sophistry. Su Chen had to agree. All the jealousy and resentment was blamed on himself. Actually contributed 3,1200. The luck value of redeeming the armor Black Lotus finally exceeded 50,000. Oops. The protagonist Su Chen has a green light above his head. You're quite a nice person. Zhou Tianhang is a 7th grade warrior. A super fierce man ranked 3rd in the global martial arts rankings. There was no accompanying car. Instead, it relies on the abundant spiritual energy in the body. Directly use the soaring technique to fly with you at high altitudes. Yun Lai finally got enough 50,000 luck points. While Zhou Tianhang, the big licker, was away, he secretly called up the system panel, entered the Luck Value Exchange Mall's armor area, and spent 50,000 luck points to exchange for the armor Black Lotus. In a moment, a Black Lotus flower appeared in my mind. There are only 9 petals. I originally thought that Black Lotus was the name of the armor. I never expected it to be a Black Lotus. After the exchange, Yunli automatically learned the detailed information of the armor Black Lotus without any explanation from the system. The armor Black Lotus can block all kinds of attacks, its petals can be gathered or dispersed, and it has independent recognition function. The stronger the spiritual root of the spiritual root tree, the stronger the independent recognition function. The armor Black Lotus is very easy to use and very concealed. When needed, a thought came to my mind. A Black Lotus tattoo will appear on the right shoulder. If you are fighting against someone, you can choose to use it or continue to hide it. Once you choose to use it, Black Lotus will appear directly and resist all kinds of attacks independently. Black Lotus still has the ability to grow. The complete Black Lotus has 109 petals. Every 10,000 luck points consumed adds 20 petals. Yun Lai's face turned dark. Skills and armor require a lot of luck points to be upgraded. The growth of the spiritual root tree also requires luck points. No wonder luck is so easy to come by. Fortunately, the system has also been upgraded. As long as your words and deeds cause other people's emotions to fluctuate, you can gain luck points, and you are not deliberately arrogant. Actually, as the future head of the Yun family, if you don't pay attention to your words and deeds, others will see you as domineering. It doesn't matter. It's the villain anyway. It's easier to be a bad guy than a good guy. This time I came to hunt the little devils, and the key point was to compete with Fuso rookie Kenjiro Takeda. The protagonist's stepping stone must be the first to get there. With the armor Black Lotus, the certainty of killing Takeda Kenjiro is greatly increased. Originally, he wanted to escort Feng Ziyu back, wait until he was intercepted on the way, and then reveal his strength, which could paralyze the opponent. But under the protection of Yunyuan and Daxia, Yun family, Feng clan and other experts, no one dared to launch an attack. No one was an idle person, and the purpose was very clear, to directly kill himself or Feng Ziyu. It must be an all-out attack without mercy. Assess the situation. Or show your strength to the world in advance. At least killing Fuso rookie Kenjiro Takeda robbed Su Chen of his luck and gained him a huge reputation. 2236. The commercial vehicle Yun Lai was riding in drove into the A7 supply station in the Yanwang Continent Warning Zone in Yijiang. Today's A7 supply station has been razed to the ground, and 10 huge military tents have been erected on the original site of the A7 supply station. Because it was judged that he was attacked by Fuso folk warriors. According to the agreed-upon rules, the Daxia military did not participate in the war and was only responsible for maintaining order. All Daxia folk warriors who participated in the counterattack voluntarily participated in the registration. The purpose of this is mainly for 2 reasons. Once unfortunately he is killed or disabled in battle, the Warrior Foundation established with donations from all walks of life in Daxia will pay generous pensions. If you kill and injure the most warriors from the enemy force during the counterattack, not only can you get generous bonuses, they will also be recruited by the Daxia military and various powerful families. There is exactly such a mechanism. Daxia folk warriors, especially those who aspire to become famous, are very enthusiastic about counterattacks. When Yunli got off the car, he appeared at the registration point with a flying skateboard in one hand and a backpack in the other. Everyone present was shocked. Through the live broadcast of the concert on the video website owned by Tianyan Entertainment, and the subsequent broadcast on major TV websites, Yunli became almost a household name in Daxia. That is the rising superstar in the great Sha music scene. Could it be that Yunli was so bored that he browsed the Junwu forum, saw Fu Zhang's abusive posts, and became very angry, so he came over specially to sing, "A Man Should Strengthen Himself," or "The Lonely Warrior," to boost the morale of the warriors participating in the war. As for Yunli, he was wearing a black tights, tactical boots, and tactical gloves, looking like a warrior. Totally ignored. Not only does it not feel strange. On the contrary, I feel that it is normal for Yunli to dress like this. If you wear fancy clothes, very inappropriate for such an occasion. Someone called out, "Master Yun, the god of songs." Then, the whole camp erupted. Civilian warriors, officers and soldiers from Daxia's military responsible for registration and maintaining order, all rushed over. "Master Yun, the god of songs, is here. Master Yun, the god of songs, is here to sing for everyone to boost their morale. Master Yun, the god of songs, is truly a bloody man of Daxia. Even if he has not awakened his spiritual roots, he still goes to the front line of the fight against Fu Zhang alone." Yunli heard the system's constant prompts, luck value +10 +10 +10. The group of people who gathered around really thought they were singing as a reward to the army. I just feel it's a pity. All strangers, but you can't always ask the names one by one. That would be too abrupt. Anyway, there are moderators from the Junwu forum live broadcasting live. Let Daxia know that the young master of the Yun family, that martial arts waste who can never awaken his spiritual roots, has joined the war. As long as you kill Takeda Kenjiro, the 5th grade warrior who has awakened the 3 spiritual roots of Fuso Rookie, you will gain huge reputation and create a perfect image, which will be a greater gain than earning this little luck value. Yunli put down the backpack he was carrying in his right hand, raised his hand high, and said loudly, "Everyone, please be quiet. Please listen to what I have to say." A moment of silence. Everyone present looked at Yunli excitedly. Yunli coughed lightly and said loudly, "Everyone, have you ever thought that the purpose of my coming here is not to sing, but to sign up to participate in the war?" The words fell. Everyone present was stunned. The howling mountain wind seemed so harsh. Yunli added another sentence. "Everyone, have you ever thought about it? Not only am I going to sign up to join the war, but I am also going to the Snow Ridge Mountains to compete with Fuso Rookie Kenjiro Takeda." The expressions of everyone present became unnatural. The Daxia military official in charge of registration quickly apologized and said, "Master Yun not only sings well, but he also speaks so humorously." Dozens of people each contributed 10 luck points. It adds up to a lot. Mosquito meat is also meat. After Yunli smiled and accepted it, he released a soft energy from the palm of his right hand, as if there was an invisible hand helping to pick up the backpack on the ground. Several people surrounding the innermost layer saw that Yunli was able to retrieve objects from afar, and their eyes immediately changed when they saw Yunli. This is at least the cultivation level of a 5th grade warrior. Yunli threw the flying skateboard high with his left hand, jumped up and landed on the flying skateboard, and quickly flew around the ruins of the A7 supply station. Then he came to the front where everyone seemed to be collectively hypnotized. "Everyone, I, Daxia Yun family Yunli, have officially signed up to join the war." "Say it." Yunli activated his flying skateboard gracefully and flew towards the Snow Ridge Mountains to the east. "Ding. Zhou Tianhang has surrendered. Your brother-in-law is quite good at showing off. You can scare a group of people into being stunned. Your luck value is +666. Hearing the system prompts, Yunli was secretly happy. He should be less arrogant and try to increase his luck value. The moderator of Junwu Forum, who was broadcasting live, came to his senses and immediately sent the news back to Daxia through the dedicated network. 5 minutes later, the Junwu Forum was abuzz. The first 30 pages of posts were all about how Yunli, the young master of the Yun family and the king of the great Sha singing world, had awakened his spiritual roots. And he also has to challenge Fuso Rookie Kenjiro Takeda. The forum users had already held back their anger and immediately launched a counterattack against Fuso's navy. I feel impatient and not satisfied. Directly kill the most famous warrior forum in Fuso, Martial Arts Changlong. Users of Fuso's Wuyun Changlong forum were confused. This news was also quickly sent to the Yunwang Continent Warning Zone in Togami County. Informed Daxia that Yun Lai, a useless martial artist from the Yun family, is here. He actually wants to challenge rookie Kenjiro Takeda. In view of Yun Li's status, only another 5 minutes passed. This hot news quickly went viral. All major websites in Daxia will immediately send barrage push notifications. The video website owned by Tianyan Entertainment took notice of the news and even put a bright and blinding title on the top of the website's homepage: Master Daxia Zhe Shenyan challenges Fuso martial arts rookie Takeda Kenjiro. When I clicked in and took a look, it was Yun Lai's If Yun Knows music album MV. Angry at being cheated, everyone wants to know if this is true. It is a well-known fact that Yun Lai has not awakened his spiritual roots. A martial arts waist challenges a 5th-level martial arts expert. It's incredible. Imperial Garden. Yi Ranshuang received a call from Zhongting and heard that Yun Lai went to the Yunwang Continent Warning Zone in Yijiang to challenge Takeda Kenjiro, a 5th-level warrior who had awakened the 3rd spiritual root of Fuso Rookie. He was so anxious that he jumped out of bed and even forgot to put on his shoes. He hurriedly went to find Feng Ziyu and asked her to judge the authenticity of the news. If it is true, then predict whether Yun Lai has a chance of winning. After receiving the news, Fan Yuding packed her bags as quickly as possible and prepared to rush to the Yijiang Yunwang Continent Warning Zone. Just as he was about to go out, he received a call from Yun Yan. Yu Ting, come to Yayuan. Let's play mahjong at a table with Ran Shuang and Feng Ziyu. What time has it been? We are still playing mahjong. I want to help Yun Lai. Zhou Tianhang is guarding him, and Zhou Tianhang will be in charge of the live broadcast. If you want to watch, come here quickly. Also, your battlefield is at the mahjong table, so you have to meet Princess Feng and Miss Yi officially, right? Quote. Oh, okay. Call ended. When Fan Yuding thought of meeting Feng Ziyu and Yi Ranshuang, her legs suddenly felt a little weak. They were obviously smaller than her. But I'm a little timid. When Yunli flew out of the A7 supply station on his flying skateboard, Zhou Tianhang carried the most advanced luminous camera on his shoulder and followed silently from a distance of 100 meters. The sweetheart assigned the task. As long as Yunli signs up to participate in the war, the whole process must be broadcast live. The purpose of this, one, is to let the hostile forces and those with ulterior motives give up their assassination intentions against Yun Lai. After all, this is a conflict between Daxia and Fuzang folk warriors. As per usual, warriors of level 6 or above cannot torture and kill low-level warriors. If discovered, will become the public enemy of Daxia and Fuzang. This is also newbie protection. Another reason is, of course, to establish prestige for the future head of the Yun family. To this end, Union did not hesitate to use a large amount of political and business resources, and even activated Daxia's military surveillance and communication equipment to ensure that the live broadcast signal was transmitted back to Daxia in real time. And Yun Yan said that if this live broadcast is successful, they will go to the movies together and have a romantic candlelight dinner after returning. That must complete the task. Even if the King of Heaven comes, I can't stop him. Ding. Zhou Tianhang is very excited. You have finally signed up to participate in the war. In addition to ensuring your safety, the whole process will be broadcast live successfully, so that Yun Yan can witness the style of his brother-in-law with his own eyes, and his luck value will be +888. Hearing the system prompt, Yunli almost fell off the flying skateboard. The big licking dog Zhou Tianhang is really scheming. Not informed in advance, until he signed up to participate in the war and started live broadcasting. Then he couldn't help but chuckle. However, the live broadcast is also very good. It allows the warriors of Daxia Fuso to see themselves display their power and kill Takeda Kenjiro through the live broadcast. Personal prestige will reach an unprecedented height. Therefore, Yun Lai completely didn't know and just acted in his true colors. Near Zero, Yayuan Entertainment Lounge. Yun Yan happily played mahjong with her 3 younger siblings. 60,000. Yun Yan threw out a 60,000 card. Seeing Yi Ranshuang didn't move at all, Xiaonizi stared at the live projection on the wall opposite. But it was Zhou Tianhang who was in charge of the live broadcast who said, "Dear water friends, we have now entered the Snow Ridge Mountains. With the perception of my 7th level warrior, I can see that at 13 o'clock directly ahead, about 15 kilometers away, there are 5th level warriors. Whether it is Fuso rookie Kenjiro Takeda needs to be verified by Mr. Yun. Through the live broadcast, Yi Renchuang saw Yun Lai flying on a flying skateboard with her own eyes. She really awakened her spiritual roots and was very shocked. Sure enough, as Feng Ziyu said, Yun Lai is really good at pretending and deceiving. More than half a month ago, he pretended that he couldn't even hug himself in the hotel room. But now, the cultivation level is that of a 5th grade warrior. I don't know what the spiritual root of Yun Lai's awakening is. How many spiritual orifices have been opened? Wait for his safe return. You must be honest and frank one by one. Otherwise, don't even think about touching yourself again. Feng Ziyu covered her mouth with her hand, coughed heavily, and urged, Renchuang, it's time to play your cards. Yi Renchuang woke up from a dream. Without even looking at it, she picked up a card and played it. Red hit. Fan Yuding picked up the red hit played by Yi Renchuang, put it in front of her, then gently pushed the card down and said with a smile, what a fool, 7 small pairs, just wait for the last red hit. Yi Renchuang was very depressed. I don't want to give it to Fan Yuding no matter who I choose. During the last concert, Fan Yuding took the opportunity to present flowers and actually took the opportunity to hug Yun Lai and kiss her. It was obviously supported by Yun Yan. And Union called Fan Yuding over so late, in name only because she wanted to have a formal meeting with him and Feng Ziyu. The intention, he just wanted Fan Yuding to marry into the Yun family. Fan Yuding is also good enough. She clearly knew that Feng Ziyu was going to marry Yun Lai. The first wife would never have her turn no matter what. I am willing to be a little kid. Pooh, shameless. If you are successful in practice, you must compete with Fan Yuding. If you win, let her quit immediately. Feng Ziyu also didn't like Yun Yan as her best friend. Although she only watched the second half of Yun Lai's concert and didn't see Fan Yuding come on stage to lay flowers, and even hugged Yun Lai and gave her a pop, she just didn't like it. This aloof beauty has such a hot and slim figure. When Yun Lai, that big pervert, saw this, his eyes would flash, wouldn't he? It was really frustrating for the princess to get married. Marry a treacherous and romantic consort. Yun Yan saw that Yi Renchuang and Feng Ziyu were both kind to Fan Yuding, and she couldn't help but sigh to herself. The 2 little girls still need to work harder. Even if they don't like someone, they shouldn't show it on their faces. And Fan Yuding was even more dissatisfied. He was usually very aloof, but when he saw Yi Renchuang and Feng Ziyu, he was a bit like a mouse seeing a cat. Bad luck, seeing that Yi Renchuang's face was not very good. I don't even have the momentum to push cards. Why? The love brain is the love brain. Once you truly fall in love with someone, you become worried about gains and losses. Then just let the 2 little girls target the eldest sister, arousing the coldness and arrogance in Fan Yuding's bones. Renchuang, Ziyu, don't you know? Yu Ting taught Adi how skilled he is on his flying skateboard. Yi Renchuang couldn't help but look at Fan Yuding, who looked embarrassed, and then glanced at the projection on the opposite wall. The flying skateboard was so small, and Fan Yuding taught by words and deeds, so it was inevitable that there would be close contact. It was as if Yun Yan had force-fed a bottle of 10-year-old vinegar. It's really sore from head to toe. Feng Ziyu was relatively calm, but even she didn't notice it. She wanted to stab Fan Yuding, but she couldn't hide it in her eyes. Next, a new round begins. Yi Renchuang cheered up and would rather break the cards to pieces than give them to her next player, Fan Yuding. The Fengji Yupai sitting next to Fan Yuding's house is very good. He can listen to Hu very quickly, and he can listen to 40,000, 50,000, 70,000, and 80,000. Yun Yan and Yi Renchuang have both fired cannons. Don't want. We must arrest Fan Yuding. Fan Yuding had 3 concealed bars. She clearly saw that Yi Renchuang had hit 80,000 in the last round, so of course it was 80,000. What a fool. Go ahead. Feng Ziyu pushed the cards with great momentum. Fan Yuding saw that Feng Ziyu kept catching and missing without changing the cards, and Yi Renchuang played 80,000 without any care. It was obvious that she was deliberately trying to catch her. Ziyu's card skills are really good. Yi Renchuang praised. Feng Ziyu smiled and said, what a reward. Renchuang also played his cards very well. Fan Yuding's mouth tightened little by little, and her eyes became cold. No one had officially married into the Yun family, and they started to bully her together. She really thought that she was a piece of dough that could be kneaded by others. Who is afraid of whom? There is nothing rare about being a wife. What the Yun family values most is a male who can continue to produce heirs. He has the appearance of many children, many blessings. The mother will definitely be more valuable than the son. Yun Yan's aura was finally aroused when she saw Fan Yuding. Can't help but have fun. That's right, there is motivation only when there is pressure. The brothers and sisters are all kind-hearted in nature. No matter how you fight, you will also know the appropriateness. Of course, Audie is the one who ultimately benefits from proper competition. In a few years, during the Qingming festival, I will carry several babies to my mother's grave and listen to the babies calling, Grandma, in their childish and cute ways. I wonder how happy my mother would be. Friends, Mr. Yun's speed suddenly slowed down. He must have sensed that a 5th-grade warrior was in the dense forest ahead. I will definitely abide by the rules and not interfere in the duel between Mr. Yun and Takeda Kenjiro. Yun Lai is about to find Kenjiro Takeda. Such a critical time. The girls tacitly agreed not to play mahjong, and their excited, worried, and expectant eyes all focused on the live projection on the big screen on the wall. The video website under Tianyan Entertainment broadcast the entire event live. Millions of water friends who watched the live broadcast were excited. If Master Daxia Zhe Shenyun can kill Fuso rookie Kenjiro Takeda, he must be recognized as the #1 martial artist of the new generation in Daxia. It's not like there are no newcomers who can be stronger than Yun Lai. But Yun Li is simply an inspirational role model for Daxia. A premature baby was born with physical defects, but he never gave up on himself. The songs, Men Should Be Self-Strengthening, Red Ling, and Lonely Brave, from the album, 10 Years of Sharpening the Sword, not only express the unyielding self-improvement his spirit is not afraid of others' ridicule and slander, but he also has a broad sense of family and country. Even if he comes from a wealthy family, but he still wins the respect and love of millions of people. The barrage that fills the screen is almost full of encouragement and support, which is proof. Mr. Yun, if you kill Takeda Kenjiro, I will go to see you for whatever price you charge for your concert. Single quote. Yunli, come on. Single quote. Master Yun must come back safely, I love you. Single quote. Everyone, please rest assured. Xie Mingui, the deputy director of the Suzaku Martial Arts Hall, once asserted that with Yun Lai's martial arts talent, someone like him can fight 10 with one hand, not to mention the little Kenjiro Takeda. Single quote. Yun Lai suddenly slowed down. Discover the whereabouts of Takeda Kenjiro. Takeda Kenjiro is also a 5th-level warrior who has awakened the spiritual roots of the 3 systems. Then go up to the Shuiling Mountains, where the terrain is complex and densely wooded. If you really want to hide yourself, I can find a piece of hair. But suddenly I heard the system prompting continuously. Only then did I know that the sinister old lady had summoned Feng Ziyu, Yi Ranshuang, and Fan Yuding to play mahjong. The 3 girls were still upset while playing mahjong. Fighting desperately in the front, jealousy in the backyard. If you want to contribute thousands of luck points, you don't care. Since it is a live broadcast, then show off your power. Lure out Takeda Kenjiro as soon as possible. After solving it, the live broadcast ends and you can hunt the little devil to your heart's content. Clang. Yun Lai took out the scimitar from his backpack with his backhand, poured the power of the fire element into it, and illuminated his whole body. Raise your right arm toward the sky. A very powerful move, sword pointing at heaven's gate. Then, use the flying skateboard to descend and fly quickly over the dense forest. Send a clear signal to Kenjiro Takeda. I'm here. If you have the guts, come out quickly. If you don't have the guts, go back. Just as Yun Li expected, the arrogant behavior soon attracted Takeda Kenjiro. Ding. Takeda Kenjiro is angered by your arrogance. Even if the Yun family finds you a rare elixir to give birth to a spiritual root, without experiencing the battle of blood and fire, it is just useless trash. Luck value +10. Hearing the system prompts, Yun Li knew that he had entered Takeda Kenjiro's visual range. Yun Li was a little depressed. Can the system be more optimized? They have all challenged Takeda Kenjiro through live broadcast, and Takeda Kenjiro's slander shows that he has also received the message from Fuso. He shouldn't be considered a stranger. Do we have to introduce ourselves face to face to be considered acquaintances? Sudden, a red light rose from the dense forest about a mile ahead, and it looked like a signal flare. Fuso rookie Kenjiro Takeda did not choose a sneak attack, but planned to face him face to face and kill him openly. Speeding up, Yunli rode the flying skateboard to the top of the dense forest where the red light was rising. He was shocked to find that the little devil had cleared an open space nearly half the size of a standard football field. It was probably to show prestige that he deliberately emitted the power of the fire element, and his whole body seemed to be enveloped in a burning flame. It's a pity that Takeda Kenjiro has a short hair. If he had long hair and sprayed it with hairspray to make it stand up, he would really look like a Super Saiyan. Since Kenjiro Takeda chose a head-on confrontation, Yunli would of course accompany him to the end and land on the open space on his flying skateboard. The two faced each other about 30 meters apart. Zhou Tianhang was delighted during the live broadcast. If Kenjiro Takeda chooses to make a sneak attack, once Yunli goes down to search in the dense forest, the two sides will fight in the dense forest with complex terrain. It is also late at night, and the live broadcast effect will be greatly reduced. It's good now. Takeda Kenjiro cleared an open space in advance and chose a head-on confrontation so that Yun Yan, who was watching the live broadcast, could see clearly. Yun Yan loves Yunli very much. There was no room for Yunli to make any mistakes. In case Yunli is defeated, even if he becomes the public enemy of Daxia and Fuso, he will kill Takeda Kenjiro. But Zhou Tianhang concluded that Yunli would win. And it was easy to win. The reason is simple. It is not unusual for a 4th grade warrior to have the cultivation level of a 5th grade warrior. For example, if a 4th level or above spiritual root is awakened and more than 300 spiritual apertures are opened, a 4th level warrior can cross level and kill a 5th level warrior, but at the same time he is proficient in the earth escape technique that only a 6th level warrior who has awakened the earth spiritual root can master. This is it's incredible. Even Zhou Tianhang couldn't give an accurate position on Yunli's true strength. While Yunli and Takeda Kenjiro were introducing each other. It's rare to have the opportunity to live broadcast. You have to show off your knowledge no matter what. Yun Yan, who was watching the live broadcast, felt at ease. Add a little more goodwill. Friends, regarding the showdown between Mr. Yun and Takeda Kenjiro, I predict that Mr. Yun will win easily. I think there must be many water friends who are very curious about who is responsible for tracking and recording, and they dare to talk nonsense. I am Zhou Tianhang, a 7th grade warrior in Great Sha. Let us wait and see how it goes. Yayuan Leisure Room. Yun Yan, who was watching the live broadcast, was finally relieved. I am still convinced of Zhou Tianhang's vision. He said nothing could go wrong if he won easily. Fan Yuding saw with her own eyes Yunli strangling Mito Masao, a 5th level beast turned warrior, and Mito Masao, a beast turned beast warrior, had the strength of a 6th level warrior who had awakened his dual spiritual roots. If you care, you will be in chaos. I had received news that Yunli was going to challenge Takeda Kenjiro before, and my instinctive reaction was to rush over to help. After calming down, it is judged that Takeda Kenjiro poses no threat to Yunli at all. Even if Takeda Kenjiro awakens the spiritual roots of the 3rd line, his cultivation level is still that of a 5th grade warrior, and there is a gap in realm between him and a 6th grade warrior. Of course he can't defeat Yunli. Feng Ziyu was originally quite worried about Yunli's challenge to Takeda Kenjiro, who had awakened the spiritual roots of the 3rd system. If only Yunli had 3 advantages and 2 disadvantages. You will be unlucky yourself. Who made Yunli the future prince consort of the Wind Clan? Hearing what Zhou Tianhang said, I was really shocked. It turned out that Yunli was so powerful, but he still underestimated this big pervert. Yi Ranshuang was very happy. Zhou Tianhang, a 7th level martial artist in Daxia, is the 3rd ranked superpower in the global martial arts rankings. He said Yunli wins. That's a sure win. I really didn't expect that the little follower who only followed me before would become so outstanding now. Zhou Tianhang's comments. It also made millions of water friends in Daxia who watched the live broadcast through Tianyan Entertainment's video website excited. Zhou Tianhang. That's a big name. Absolutely no lies. Fuso, on the other hand, was wailing. The people of Fuzang have a natural admiration for the strong. Even if it's a feud. Subconsciously, Zhou Tianheng was still a god of war. He concluded that Yunlai would win, and win easily. Then the hope of Takeda Kenjiro's survival may be very slim. Extremely excited Daxia water friends. Frustrated and disappointed Fuso friends. Wait for the showdown to begin. But very weird. 1 minute passed. 3 minutes flies by. Yunli and Takeda Kenjiro were about 30 meters apart, and the two sides just stood there, neither taking action. What's going on? Yunli was not in a hurry to launch an attack, he was mainly thinking about how to suck Takeda Kenjiro dry. Because it is a live broadcast, a perfect image needs to be established. It must not look like it was difficult to strangle the beast-turned-warrior Mito Masao. It is too unsightly to hold Takeda Kenjiro and make a cross on the dirt. Ding! Takeda Kenjiro noticed something was wrong. What kind of cultivation level you have made him feel very dangerous, and he even felt deep fear in his heart. His luck value was plus 888. Hearing the system prompts, Yunlai couldn't help but his eyes lit up. Courage is the soul of a warrior. The loss of Takeda Kenjiro's soul will definitely affect his mentality and lead to abnormal performance. But Takeda Kenjiro's perception ability is indeed extraordinary. No wonder he killed 7 warriors of the same level in Daxia and injured 11 others. As time passes by, Takeda Kenjiro knew that if he continued like this, he would definitely lose. The future head of the Yun family, Yunlai, was too weird. When he was caught in a life-and-death duel, as a person in the game, he really felt as if he was facing a 6th-grade ferocious beast. Attack. Attack first. If the attack fails, he immediately sneaks into the jungle. Maybe you can still hide and escape. Shua. Kenjiro Takeda put his hands back and pulled out the 2 samurai swords on his back, one long and one short. The long knife held in his right hand is a knife, infused with the power of the water element, glowing with a cold light. The short sword held in the left hand is a wakizashi, infused with the power of the earth element. It is gray and inconspicuous. Yunlai's scimitar was infused with the power of the fire element. Water overcomes fire. Of course, it was broken with a knife using the power of the water element. If Yunlai's cultivation level is too strong, his own water element power cannot break his fire element power, and he will immediately put away his sword and escape. Ruo Yunli takes advantage of the situation and pursues him. The short sword held behind the back of the left hand was filled with the power of the earth element, and the sword with the backhand could resist some of the remaining power of the fire element. When Yunlai saw Takeda Kenjiro pull out his double swords, he lacked actual combat experience. Fighting with weapons was inevitably risky, and if he wanted to win beautifully, he could only use Black Lotus. A thought came to my mind. I only felt a slight sting in my right shoulder. Knowing that Black Lotus has been withdrawn. When the supreme evil skill, Demon Flame burns the sky, is used, the scimitar in the hand becomes a burden. You can't gain the upper hand. You can cut but you can't cut, right? Being too unusual will definitely arouse suspicion from those who are interested. Yunli threw it casually, and the scimitar injected with the power of fire element shot at Takeda Kenjiro who was about to move. Takeda Kenjiro flew the scimitar with one strike. This is too arrogant. Yunli actually wanted to fight with bare hands. Was aroused to great anger. The figure flashed. The whole person was like a sharp red arrow piercing the young master of the Yun family. Just halfway through the flight. But it was blocked by a huge black shadow that appeared out of thin air. Clang, clang, clang. Takeda Kenjiro instinctively swung his sword and slashed, instantly executing 13 consecutive slashes. The huge black shadow remained motionless. The tiger's mouth was shocked to the point of numbness. At this time, only then did Takeda Kenjiro see clearly that what was blocking the way turned out to be a huge black lotus that 2 people could not wrap their arms around. It not only blocks the way, but also blocks the view. So weird. Retreat. Takeda Kenjiro secretly exclaimed something bad. Don't wait for Takeda Kenjiro to retreat. Black lotuses spread out. Extend a hand from it. He was grabbed by the neck in an instant. Takeda Kenjiro was so shocked that he almost lost his mind. The katana and wakizashi held in both hands stabbed Yunli like a violent storm. Such a close distance was blocked by pieces of black lotus petals. As the big hand holding his neck tightened and his body lifted into the air little by little, Takeda Kenjiro saw a mocking smile appear on the corner of Yunli's mouth. I felt great fear. deeply feel the coming of death. Yunlai grabbed Takeda Kenjiro's neck and easily lifted him up. No matter whether Takeda Kenjiro stabbed or slashed with the long sword or short sword held in his hands, or kicked with his feet, he was stopped one by the flying Black Lotus petals. The armor Black Lotus, which costs 50,000 luck points to redeem, is really awesome. The 5th level warrior who awakened the spiritual roots of the 3rd system attacked wildly. Not to mention crushing a petal. Not even a single crack was left. But the tree of spiritual roots in his mind once again seemed to be burning. It can be seen from this. Black Lotus's defense requires the consumption of spiritual energy, and the strength of Black Lotus's autonomous recognition function is linked to the spiritual roots of the spiritual root tree. In order to reduce the loss of the spiritual root tree, he just used the supreme evil skill, Demon Flame Burning Sky, to absorb Takeda Kenjiro's spiritual energy to make up for it. Ding! Takeda Kenjiro is extremely horrified. You can still absorb spiritual energy. You must have practiced some evil technique. Your luck value is plus 999. Hearing the system prompts, Yunlai increased his force, pinching Takeda Kenjiro until his eyes turned black, and he was extremely suffocated, making his attack even more crazy. Yunli knew that the big licking dog Zhou Tianhang was broadcasting live in midair. Speed up the absorption of spiritual energy. Kenjiro Takeda must not be allowed to reveal even a word to the outside world. Suck it dry. Just strangle Takeda Kenjiro domineeringly. Zhou Tianhang, who was in charge of the live broadcast, was quite surprised. With the eyesight of a 7th grade warrior, he could not see where the huge Black Lotus came from, as if it really appeared out of thin air. Moreover, the 9-petaled petals of the Black Lotus can be dispersed, and it seems that it can automatically block Takeda Kenjiro's attack without Yunli's deliberate control. This is definitely an ancient defensive weapon obtained from the secret realm of Yanwang continent. Most of it was obtained by Yunyuan. Yunyuan, who loved his younger brother very much, learned that Yunlai had awakened his spiritual roots and gave this treasure as a gift. No wonder Yunlai threw the scimitar first. It turned out that he was confident. Yayuan Entertainment Lounge. This was the first time Yunyan and Yirenchuang saw Yunlai fighting with someone. Although it was only through a live broadcast and escorted by Zhou Tianhang, they were still very nervous. When he saw Yunli throwing the machete in his hand at Takeda Kenjiro easily knocked him away. Both women were pale in appearance. No more weapons. How to face the enemy? He was too concerned about Yunlai's safety and was so scared that he closed his eyes when he saw Takeda Kenjiro charging forward with all his strength. It is this closing of eyes. He missed Black Lotus's sudden appearance and blocked Takeda Kenjiro's swift 13 consecutive slashes. A clanking sound was heard. Waited for a while. Only then did he have the courage to open his eyes. I was extremely surprised to see Yunlai, like the unparalleled god of war, grabbing Takeda Kenjiro's neck and lifting him up with one hand. Yu Ting, how did I win? Ziyu, Yunlai, he won, right. When Feng Ziyu saw Yunlai throwing the scimitar at Takeda Kenjiro, her first thought was that Yunlai was going to cheat, and how exactly he would cheat. Before she could think any more, a huge Black Lotus appeared and blocked Takeda Kenjiro's attack. Then the Black Lotus petals dispersed. Yunli wrapped his arms around Takeda Kenjiro's neck like lightning. No matter how Takeda Kenjiro attacks, they were all stopped by the black petals flying in the air. Shock, so shocked. He never expected that Yunli would have such a treasure. Fan Yuding knew Yunlai's strength and was the most relaxed among the girls, but she never expected that Yunlai would win so easily. What is Black Lotus? This defense is too strong. It is precisely because the Black Lotus sacrificed by Yunlai is so shocking. Feng Ziyu and Fan Yuding turned a deaf ear to Yirenchuang and Yunyan's inquiries. Yunyan didn't take it seriously and stared at the big live broadcast screen on the wall with interest. He thought about the live broadcast on a whim. This was the right move. Yunli easily defeated Fuso rookie Kenjiro Takeda. It will win Yunli a huge reputation. Lay a solid foundation for taking over as the head of the family in the future. But Yunlai's performance was too amazing. Yunyuan is far ahead of his age. I'm afraid that Yunlai will become obsessed with martial arts and lose interest in women. Who will inherit the Yun family's incense? Look at Fan Yuding. My best friend is already 26. It is the golden age of childbearing. And Yirenchuang and Feng Ziyu are too young. When Yunlai comes back, he must create an opportunity no matter what, to promote good things between Yunlai and Fan Yuding. Yi Ranchuang's eyes were filled with little stars. There was only one thought in my mind. Wait until Yunli comes back. You must let Yunlai teach you how to practice step by step. Besides, let Yunli use the flying skateboard to take him soaring into the sky. The millions of Daxia Fuzang friends who watched the live broadcast through the Tianyan Entertainment video website were all shocked by Yunlai. The martial arts waste is just as Zhou Tianheng predicted. Easily defeated Fuso rookie Kenjiro Takeda. Seeing Takeda Kenjiro being choked by Yunli and lifting him up with one hand like an eagle catching a chicken, what kind of challenge is this? It's simply an all-round crushing. Master Yun is so amazing. He is not only the god of songs, he will definitely be the new generation god of war in Great Sha in the future. Single quote. Is anyone out there as curious as me? What kind of armor is the Black Lotus? Single quote. What's the air about? Yunli just relied on his armor to block all Kenjiro's attacks and succeeded easily. Single quote. Fuso dog, use the Black Lotus to block the attack. Try grabbing Takeda Kenjiro's neck with one hand and then lift him up. If you lose, you have to admit it, don't make excuses. Single quote. Is it possible that after defeating Takeda Kenjiro so easily, Yunlai is actually a 6th grade warrior? Single quote. Master Zhou, please comment quickly. Single quote. There is no need for Zhou Tianheng to comment. I, Xiao Liuan, a 7th level warrior in Daxia, can tell you responsibly that Yunli is a 5th level warrior in the Blood Sea realm. I am afraid that if he awakens the 4th or even 5th series of spiritual roots, there will be it is normal for Black Lotus, a super magic weapon, to easily kill Takeda Kenjiro. Single quote. Yunli had no idea that using the Black Lotus to block Takeda Kenjiro's attack would cause many high-level warriors in Daxia Fuso to discuss it all night long. Don't even know. He held Takeda Kenjiro with one hand and lifted him up. This domineering move unintentionally established the powerful image of Daxia's new generation of war gods. Now, he is concentrating on accelerating the absorption of the spiritual energy in Takeda Kenjiro's body. As the spiritual energy passed rapidly, Takeda Kenjiro's double sword attacks are getting weaker and weaker. The flame that originally spread all over him was extinguished. The cold light and gray color of the two samurai swords, one long and one short, disappeared. In addition, the luck value contributed by Takeda Kenjiro decreased sharply. Knowing that the spiritual energy has been sucked dry, now it is time to convert the pure elemental power into spiritual energy. About another 30 seconds passed. The katana Takeda Kenjiro clenched with both hands fell to the ground, his head slowly drooped, and he fell into coma. HMPH. Yunlai snorted coldly. This Takeda Kenjiro's hands are stained with the blood of Daxia warriors. For this reason alone, he can never be forgiven. There was a crisp sound of click. Yunli broke Takeda Kenjiro's neck and let go of his hand. The previously arrogant Fuso rookie Takeda Kenjiro fell heavily to the ground. The moment he landed, he was already a cold corpse. The big licking dog Zhou Tianheng is still live broadcasting. Of course you have to show off. He stretched out his right arm and released a burst of energy. He grabbed the scimitar that was knocked away by Takeda Kenjiro and inserted it into the scabbard on his back with his backhand very gracefully. Then inject the power of the fire element into the Black Lotus. A sharp swipe. The fiery Black Lotus shot towards Zhou Tianheng, who was suspended in midair. Zhou Tianheng's eyes lit up, and just as he was about to dodge, there was a boom sound, and the fiery red Black Lotus that was shot exploded, as if it was like a brilliant firework blooming in the dark night. When the fireworks dissipate, Yunlai's figure has long been lost in the forest glade. How the Black Lotus disappeared. Still can't see it clearly. After a while, Zhou Tianheng came back to his senses and said apologetically, "I'm very sorry, the live broadcast ends here. Mr. Yun has already discovered my location and doesn't want to be disturbed anymore. He uses the earth escape technique to escape to the snow ridge. The terrain of the mountain range is complex, making it difficult to find his whereabouts." Yayuan Entertainment Lounge. Yun Yan's face was livid and he snorted angrily. Zhou Tianheng is such a coward. If you ask him to do things, nothing will be done beautifully. As a 7th level warrior ranked 3rd in the global martial arts rankings, he even lost his brother. What if something happened to him? See a movie. Candlelight dinner. Go ahead and dream. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.